My mom makes like.
I'm trying to get a kid one every time I see
Nah, that's real. My fault. I ain't gonna wait on these. This nigga's standing there. My fault, bro.
No, I'm waiting for him because he wanted
it. Just have Josh stand behind us right before we start. Be like, yo, need that interview fee.
Well.
that shit would be crazy.
It's gonna get like that, I feel. It has
Maybe.
potential. It has potential, bro.
Maybe.
It really does. In my eyes. Don't let me hate you up, but
Oh, word.
in my eyes, bro.
Alright, bitch ass niggas. It's inappropriality.
What is that?
What is that? He's like, nah, come on. Nah, alright, motherfuckers. It's inappropriality. My church, y'all. Matt. Yo, shout out our sponsors, man. Haiku. Shout out Isaiah, man. Yo, hit them up for whatever the fuck you need. And we got on family this week. Yo, what's good, Champ? We got on Champ the Great. How you doing?
Man, I'm great. Thank you for having me, bro. Like I was trying to act cool when we was all mobbing and stuff like that, but I'm definitely very, very appreciative to be here and shit like that. So,
Word.
good luck, man.
Word.
Something I'm definitely a fan of. I watch when I can. I listen when I can. I get the updates on my phone and stuff like that. You know, support local stuff.
Appreciate it.
You know what I'm saying? Show love, y'all my brothers and stuff. You know, we go way hella super duper back in time. So
Yeah, word. Yo, I've never even asked you this. I don't think I asked my brother this either. How the hell did y'all meet?
All right, so your little brother he's referencing is King Kid. King Kid is sides of YHE, which is my label that I founded with Class, which is Kid's godbrother.
Mm-hmm.
So Kid and Class are godbrothers, and I started this shit with Class. Class is my brother. Shout out to Class. So then we start this shit. We're doing this shit, and I had met T playing 5A, and he was the little nigga. And then, you know what I'm saying, then you get acclimated to the fastness and the speed and the legacy of the Smiths, nigga, you know what I'm saying? So basically we met playing football and shit like that, and then obviously we had the conduit with Class. So then me and Class started this shit, we're doing this shit, finding beats. Remember LimeWire? We were stealing piracy and all that shit. Like, we were trying to find beats and stuff like that. We started making our own little songs. Then I don't even know how long it goes. Then Class is like, bro, like, T wants to rap, like, he wants to be with us. And this is before his voice changed, so he still had the SpongeBob SquarePants voice and shit, you know what I'm saying? So it started from there, man. Basically, I was like 14 when we started, and he's like a year or two younger than I am, so he was probably like 12, 13 or some shit. We was very, very young, like, pre-pure puberty shit, like.
Nah, his voice changed it. I like his voice. His voice is
nah, bro. It's like
it's different. It's different.
So I've been.
You don't even try.
I've been talking to niggas, right? Rappers. We're talking to rappers, and something that I feel like people don't understand a lot about this shit is, like, you know how 2K got archetypes? Rappers got archetypes, bro. Like, it's just how it goes. Like, you can get better at rapping. You can get better at playing ball. You know what I'm saying? So like. Every rapper has something that naturally is flawless about them, and without a doubt, that's their go-to. So something like with Kid's shit is his voice. That nigga said, yeah, it is.
For real.
It doesn't matter what the fuck he's about to say. This thing is not like he's about to spaz on you, like, type of shit. You know what I'm saying? So every rapper has something that's like their go-to move, their little MJ fucking fadeaway pump fake shit.
What do you think yours is?
See, that's the thing. I'm so good at studying everybody else that I feel like I don't really have my own shit defined. I think the one thing that I could really point my finger at is just being versatile. Like, I feel you put any beat on, give me like 10 minutes, I'll come up with some shit. Like, any beat, doesn't matter what. Like, that 5-finger sway shit, whatever. Put me on the spot, so like give it up. Like, you know what I mean? Just versatility more than anything, you know. In my eyes, is the key to all the kingdoms.
Word.
You know.
How do you feel about rap today?
It's a hard question.
I know I asked you because one, you're younger than us, but you're also inspired by true hip hop.
Right.
So coming from somebody like you, your age, and you know it caters to people your age, and people really like it.
Yeah.
So it's like, how
It's
do you
weird.
feel about it?
All right, so for me it's weird because I feel like that versatility stretches everywhere in my life. Being able to see both sides of the coin helps you define what the coin is. You know what I'm saying? So I hear rap nowadays, and I grew up the right way. I grew up listening to what rap, hip hop, and shit, what it's supposed to be, the essence, the core, whatever it is, the golden era, blah 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 blah. Like I'm a historian with this shit. I feel like a lot of these niggas don't do their homework. Rap's the most profitable it's ever been. It's the biggest genre in the country. It's overtaking rock and roll. It's overtaking pop music. It's the most listened to of all the genres in America. So
It's most influential.
So in fact,
It's
not even mentioning the
styles,
cultural, not even
clothes,
mentioning the cultural aspect of
everything.
it and how much it bleeds into our society. Like, shout out to Millie getting this dance, you know what I'm saying, video games and shit, you know what I'm saying? Like, so like, it's easy nowadays to rap, pick up. How many of these new cats rapped 2 years ago, 1 year ago, 3 years ago? Whereas with me, I was telling y'all a story about how we came up. We started in what, like 08? 3 years ago. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, and I'm 24, so like, you know what I'm saying? So it's hard because I feel like even though I came up the way I came up listening to that music, I still can appreciate what the new shit is and what the new sound is. And then for me, like, evolution is key. You can't just do something one way forever and ever and ever. That's not how it works. That's not how, you know, evolution works or whatever. So we're going through a rough spot. But y'all remember when we was snapping and shit, and then Cole and them came around, and lyrics were important again and shit like that. So I mean, maybe we're just on the other side of the sling right now.
It's like basketball. Everybody need a big man.
Yeah.
In the post, now we shoot threes. Even the big man stretch.
But the big man will come back though. Another Shaq is gonna come. Another Shaq, another fucking Hakeem, somebody, nigga. You know what I'm saying? David Robinson, somebody like.
Zion. But fucking, you think lyricism is dead, or we, like you said, you're just in a rough spot?
Nah.
You think that?
So mainstream.
Or it's just this ratchet shit.
So it depends on what you look at, though. You know what I'm saying? It's all about your perspective. Your life, everything is always about how you look at this shit. So if you look at how mainstream hip hop has become, and you still hold that candle of the old guard, basically, to what's happening now, you're gonna be very disappointed. So you have to look at the shit from a whole different angle and say, yo, like, what the fuck are these kids talking about?
That's true. It's like when you make music, when you make a hot song, then you make another song. It's like, yeah, that was cool, but we want the other shit.
You know what I'm saying?
That, you know.
So I don't know, man. It's not that it's in a bad spot. I just think that, especially with what I was saying about how it being so much more like immersive, it's everywhere now. So it's like there's so many more lanes, there's so many more genres, subgenres of hip hop. So there's something for everybody. If you like that real gutter street shit, hit that nigga Dave East for some shit. Hit Don Q for some shit. Hit you know what I'm saying? Hit that sort of lane for what you want. If you like that disrespect shit, like, you know, free that nigga 6ix9ine, I guess. I don't know. No, don't free him. I don't want to talk about this. I don't ever want nobody to go to jail. I don't ever want nobody to go to jail, but I'm gonna just be quiet about that topic for another day. But excuse me. So like, if basically to answer your question, I feel like if you want what you want, there's something out there for you.
Word.
You know what I'm saying? Niggas like Cole. Niggas like that Drake shit. Niggas like certain.
You just said that Drake shit. You don't like Drake?
I used to love Drake, man. I used to love Drake. That was the nigga he used to talk to.
You don't fuck with him no more?
It's not that I don't fuck with him. It's just I've seen, like, it's weird when you see somebody come in the league and then leave the league. You see what I'm saying? So I'm not saying that he's leaving the league, but he's not like 06 LeBron no more. Now he's just like, here I am what I am. There's no more real innovation to the game. There's really no more contribution to the game. It's just more so settling, you know what I'm saying? He's not going to the bucket no more, trying to push the conversation or push the music.
Everybody else, I get what
You know what I'm saying? So like he's plateaued, he's peaked, which is good. You know, when he decides to rap and do the music that he's good at and shit, it's fire.
I never heard anybody say that. I definitely agree. I think he's definitely at his peak. I don't think you can get any higher.
Nah, what else can Drake really do?
No,
How
see,
much
the thing is-
better can he really get?
I feel like he's only at his peak because it's not really. Well, he's at his peak for, you know what I'm saying, what he's done, but I feel like he's only not pushed to go, you know, to cut
'Cause-
more.
Nah, that's facts, that's facts. When you don't feel challenged and shit, it's
nobody
like,
up there really
yeah.
step on your toes, try to like make you push hard. Like obviously you had a little mink beef, whatever, that shit blew over, so it wasn't really nothing from it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, now you had the other shit with
Pusha T.
Pusha T. You know what I'm saying? It kind of got you a little, but you dropped some mixes.
What was
you
that?
dropped the
What was that
album
album
and
after
just
that?
blew
That
up.
he said he didn't have like probably like 6 or 7 of those tracks until after the
Oh,
fucking Pusha shit.
Scorpion?
Scorpion.
Yeah.
He said he changed a lot
Bro.
of shit.
Like, okay, so even though that's my opinion on Drake, shout out to Drake because he just got his music. They announced he got his music 8 billion times or something
Yeah,
streamed
he's
this year.
like the most
8
ever or
point-
something.
Yeah, like
Most
this
ever
year
or
alone
something.
though on Apple Music it was like 8 billion streams, and it's just like you gotta go to sleep and have your whole hood go to sleep and put this shit on repeat to try to like
That's crazy.
even get close to anything sort of like that, bro. It's just. Let me ask you a
You
question.
still won't get close.
Let me ask you a
Okay,
question.
right here, go ahead.
Let me ask you a question because you are a little bit older than I am, so you know, especially being a DJ too. You've seen tapes, you've seen CDs, you've seen the USBs, you've seen all this shit, right? So, how you feel about the streams and how that counts? And this is for everybody. You all chime in. How you feel about
I
the
think
streams?
it's fucked up. I
Okay.
think it's just because it's so goddamn new and new to the artist. I think it's like a secret at the top. Like nobody's explaining exactly how this shit works, and they fucking undercover raping everybody.
Okay.
So it's like damn. But to get your shit streamed, that's why everybody listens to music.
Yeah.
Nobody's buying physicals anymore. Nobody's doing anything. So it's like it's a force. Like you pretty much have no choice.
That's
So
true.
it's like
Right.
it's in due time until somebody figured out the fuck out. So a couple people gonna get sued out of that, or it's either too late. It probably is too late
So,
before somebody figures
so
the
do you
fuck
think
out.
do you think it helps or hinders?
It helps.
music?
It helps. I mean, it helps because it's how people consume music.
I feel
So
like
if it's how people consume music, you
It
have
helps
to get
cast a wider net
yeah.
in shallower water.
in that aspect.
Because if you think about a lot of artists now, they put more songs so it can be streamed to sell more. Like Chris Brown,
Right.
his fucking shit was 3 hours long. Honestly, we all have, like something about Chris Brown, but you
Yeah.
about to listen to a CD for 3 hours.
Nah,
That's a long ass fucking time.
Okay,
but he did it smart where his
Right,
shit
right.
is still streaming for a long ass time. So by the time you drop another project, you just now stop streaming on your last shit.
that's true.
So now it's really about equality now. Is it really equality, or you just all about streams? Because you real quick hit, get your stream, that's all you need. So before it was back in the day where the best cuts was on the album. Now they don't listen to nothing. They just want to hear that one song.
Right,
so they
right.
buy your shit, but they don't listen to that one song.
See, I feel like the streaming shit is a blessing and a curse. It's good, but it's for us to completely just overhaul the system.
It depends what you're talking about. I guess like we were saying. We were talking about pocket wise, like what they're doing to the artists. And yeah, I think it's fucked up.
Yeah, but we could talk about it all because it's like, well, what are they doing to the quality of the music that's coming out nowadays? If I'm like he was saying, if I have 3 hours worth of music and shit like that, I'm giving you like my throwaways. I'm giving you songs that I didn't bleed and cry and have to go through cold nights to give you. Nah, I just hopped in the studio. We did 15 songs today. We did, you know what I'm saying? Like, when does it get to the point where it's like, for me, when I make albums, like we were just listening to this shit earlier, I want that shit from when you start it to when you finish it. I want it to sound like you put that bitch on the vinyl or the vinyl or however the fuck you say it. But I want that bitch to spin all the way through, no skips. You can rewind it beautifully if you want, but like let that bitch smoothly play. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's how I make my music.
That's down to the artist. That's down to the artist.
Right.
So you're talking quality versus quantity.
I know, but that's
Right.
the shit though. That's
But streams
I
doesn't
don't-
equate that. Like
I
for
don't
me,
think that has to
someone
do
who
with
cares about that
streams.
shit. So
because an artist could not put out as many songs as you would say, like even their throwaways and anything like that. But there's so many other artists that you can reach, you could touch, like everywhere. Like there's so much. It's not like back in the day,
right.
like where you couldn't touch as many different places or different sites. Like now, this shit didn't exist. This shit didn't exist
Smaller.
for real. So it's like.
Yeah.
It wouldn't matter. It wouldn't matter if you was to do that or not, because at the end of the day, there's a billion other fucking people that has mad music out, and that's what I think. That's what helps. That's the beauty of that part of it. Is
I feel like
you can hear a bunch of.
I feel like music is show and tell now. Like, if you got a hot song today, you the nigga right now. Now, if you drop something else, we forgot about you.
What have you done for me lately as far
Yeah, so now you have to do the future wave, but before it was like, damn, you dropping a lot of shit, you niggas working hard, but you have to do that in order to keep everybody paying attention, because shit drops every day. You listen to it used to be a thing where you got 2016, he got 2017, we rocking out with you for the whole year.
Yeah.
Nigga, that shit lasts 2 days. We already moving on to the next person.
The best way I could describe that this is true is the Lil Wayne shit. His album finally dropped. And it was good for 2 weeks. And then it fell the fuck out the top 10, the top 100 or whatever. It was like, yeah, Wayne, thank you, you did it. You put that album out. We were paying attention, but we're so like fucking hypnotized by instant gratification. You know what I'm saying? That's what that's.
You can't say that because Meek, he just dropped, and somebody asked when we get next party. He said, what if I drop another album for the years out? Meek ain't even been out 30 days yet.
No, but I'm talking about the whole situation with Wayne. Like, that shit took too long. Like, it dragged out. So we were everybody, the world was sick of it to the point where it's like, come on. Finally, the Cardinal 5. Like, damn.
I was very happy.
Me too. I was too. I was
very happy with the product. I was actually very worried. I love Wayne. Wayne's the GOAT. Wayne's the best rapper of all time. It's not debatable for me. We can debate it. I hope that one day we have a conversation about this and we do like an activity.
What is your top 5?
Off the top.
After Wayne, since you already said that's your one.
Wayne, no order, but like kind of order. Wayne, Pop, Big. Okay. Eminem's not my top 5. Nas is. Fifth guy is me pending. I gotta work to get there, obviously, but I think at the very least, top of my head, I'll say myself 5. I got potential. Nice. I got the A+ potential in 2K. You know what I'm saying? So,
very nice as fuck. You're super lyrical, yo.
Appreciate the fuck out of that, man. I don't want to come off cocky. I'm not a cocky guy. When I was younger, I used to be real cocky, and that shit, it runs you into dead ends. That shit, no one wants to work with a cocky motherfucker. It's very easy to just push a nigga to the side when it's like, oh, that nigga's gonna run himself away, ragged, whatever the situation might be. It's easier to collaborate and get success. Look what y'all niggas is building. You can't just hold the camera and go over here and do this and plug that in. You could, but how successful will you be? It's good to collaborate, you know what I'm saying? Like, I had to learn that shit the hard way. Growing up, fucking, I'm the greatest. I'm Ali. And it's like, no, dude, you're not that. Like, chill out. You know what I'm saying? So,
all right, let's talk about this new project.
What do you want to know about it?
How many songs you got on there? How long you been working on it?
So, like, let me tell the.
Who's on it?
Let me tell the public what I think about all of this stuff. So, if you're a fan of mine, if you've been following the journey of the music and stuff, it all really started with like Underrated dropping in 2015. That was sort of like the proof to myself that I should keep going. Every artist, I felt like we all get to a point where is this worth it? Is this working? Should I try something else? You know what I mean? Like I was telling you guys, I wasn't a very humble guy, so I had to really take a step back. If you ever noticing issues and problems in life and shit, like sometimes pointing the finger isn't gonna get you nothing. Sometimes you have to say, maybe I fucked up, or maybe it's something about me. What's the situation? Maybe I can't change the other person. Maybe I can't change how these people perceive me, but I sure as fuck can change how I act and change how I look at shit like that. So I had to really turn the shit back on myself and say, all right, you gotta be humble, nigga. So I dropped that Underrated shit on some humble shit, saying, y'all niggas is sleeping, brother. Chill out, like y'all niggas is bugging out. Dropped the Horns and Halos after that to try to follow up the energy and all of that shit like that. And that was just more so to solidify my spot. Like, all right, I got y'all not hating on the nigga now. You know what I'm saying? So here's something that y'all like. So with this new album, it's real different from everything, bro, for real, because I sleep on a lot of my shit, and I didn't sleep on this. I gave myself like 6 months to do this shit. What's good?
Tom's over here doing fucking the craziest
Trying to
shit.
be like
Not
Dame over here.
going to the ground and shit.
Everywhere, yeah.
I don't know how you managed to do that.
Nah, that was actually real smooth.
Nah, yeah.
House party.
See, the only reason it wasn't smooth is because we kind of laid it now.
I'm the last person they'd want doing that shit.
Word, nah,
Yeah, this guy is. I always say
But I
that.
just want to ace your face.
But
Ace you mean?
so with this new shit, man, I'm just trying to flip this shit on its head, for real, for real. I really like to take my time. I really like to really craft my shit, curate my shit. I really like to be real precise and pick my poison and pick my battle and all of that shit. And with this shit, I'm more so not on some I don't care, but it's more so just like it was kind of the attitude like I was telling y'all before. I don't want to not go into the new year with no music, but it was more so just challenging myself. What can I come up with in 6 months? What can I come up with in 30 days, nigga? What can I come up with 90 days, whatever the situation might be like? So with this shit, it's just a challenge. I'm challenging myself to make something. I don't feel really like I don't really feel like I have anything to prove, I guess, if that makes any sense. I'm free. I'm mad free. I'm just doing whatever. There's no expectation. For me, there's no expectation. There's no, oh, I wanted to do this many views. I wanted this many. Like, I don't care. I hope people come out and I hope people enjoy this shit. I hope that I make music that you can feel and it resonates. You still listen to my shit a couple years later, that means I'm doing the right thing. I hope that this shit kind of just keeps the trend going. You feel what I'm saying? Like,
The Mike charity game.
you know what I mean? Like I gotta keep going with this shit, man. So I don't know how many.
Who's on it? You want to talk? You want to talk about?
Nah,
that?
we can talk about. Listen, I'm here. We talking about it all. I'm here. And like I said, I appreciate the opportunity to talk about this shit, man. It's definitely something that I really want to push and really want to be proud of and want the city to be proud of and shit like that. So I'm definitely down to talk about it. But the flamer, here you go, brother. More so than anything, man, it's fire, man. It's just gonna be some fire shit. I got my nigga KJ on it, dog. KJ, it's not a Champ the Great album. It's my man KJ from Springfield's not on it. So shout out to my bro. He's the man. I got Addy K on it. She's from YHE. I reached out to my man Hall of Fame Cruz. Have you had Hall of Fame on yet?
Nah, we're gonna get him on.
Yeah, you gotta fuck with them, man. I fuck with Hall of Fame. Cruz specifically is the bro. So I'm definitely gonna shout him out on that shit. He's the first the intro is the intro and shit, and then track number 2 he's on. So like one of the first sounds you're gonna hear is his voice and shit. So shout out to Cruz. Like I said, KJ's on this shit. I don't really do features. That's why it's kind of like a weird question for me. I don't really do features like that. It's not that I don't do features. It's niggas don't do features. Me.
I was about to say, you just be moving, yo. You just be moving. Yeah, I know.
Me niggas really don't be rocking with me. It's not that they don't even rock with me. It's just more so I'm on some different level, different type of time.
Going,
shit.
yo. You just be going. That's dope as fuck.
You have to keep moving, bro. Nowadays it's fucked up, bro. Nowadays it's fucked up. You gotta keep moving, man. Have to keep moving. The minute, like you were saying, like the here today, gone tomorrow shit, like you have to keep something in their face. You have to keep something in the public eye, I guess.
You gotta stay relevant.
Like and it's so much harder because there's so many more outlets, fam. There's so many more rappers nowadays. There's so many more musicians. There's so many more people to keep up with. Oh, I'm a fan of X, Y, and Z. Have you heard their new shit? Nah. This, you know what I'm saying? It's just so much more. Like, so much more, bro. So much more shit. It's hard, man. But that's why, like, I really have a lot of respect for my fan base because they're patient. Niggas will get, like, an album, like, every couple of years from me. So, like, this is why I wanted to almost
was
reward.
waiting for the first one, nigga.
Yeah.
Nigga,
Nah, the wait for Underrated, bro. Underrated dropped 2015. I started working on it 2012. So, you know what I'm saying? Like niggas took dumb long, but I had to make sure that if I had to make sure if I was coming, I had to come correct. Nigga, you feel what I'm saying? So then that's why.
Especially if you talking like
Like I was talking wild, like nah, I'm the man. Like look at me, everybody. Like you know what I'm saying? I got a song on there titled "Look at Me" and shit. So, but yeah, man. The album's gonna be dope. I think the album is gonna be sonically mad different. That's the thing I'm most excited and like anxious for almost.
Where'd you record it?
I still recorded everything that I'm doing and shit, but like I'm going through like a different process of mixing and mastering the songs and shit. So that like I said, I'm flipping everything. I'm trying to do something different. Like I ran.
You also make beats too, right?
Yeah, I
So,
ran.
There you
Go
go.
ahead.
I'm just
Go
saying,
ahead, my
go
nigga.
ahead. I'm saying you make beats, engineer your own shit,
Yeah, I do all the
write
jobs.
your own shit.
I do all the jobs. I'm a videographer, photographer, mixer and master, engineer, obviously, singing, I rap.
Say LeBron.
Like versatility. We talked about it earlier, nigga. You know what I'm saying? But versatility. That's more so just my motto of fuck the middleman. Like I got tired of like sitting on the bench, nigga.
Waiting
Like
on
no
people.
funny shit. I got tired of like coach gonna put me in. Hell yeah, my mom here, nigga. Yeah, look at my folk over there. Yeah, coach gonna put me in. Like I got tired, nigga, when I didn't get in game after game after game after game. I didn't get in. I was like, all right, so ain't nobody coming to put us in these shows. I gotta go do some shows. Ain't nobody gonna say, yo, y'all niggas is nice. Come to this studio. I gotta go figure out how to record my shit. Ain't nobody gonna tell me, oh, yo, y'all the truth. Here's some beats, man. Here's some beats. I gotta figure out how to make this beat. Ain't nobody gonna come through and say, oh, yo, you're a real nice rapper. Let's do some visuals and shit. Nah, I had to figure this shit out on my own, bro. Like, and I noticed that when I invested in myself and took the initiative in myself, bro, like things happened. Things that I said I was gonna do, I started doing. I started accomplishing goals. I started gaining more fans. I started getting more plays. I started doing X, Y, and Z. Like I started doing more for myself and got the reward. So that's why I have to do everything. That's why I'm a jack of all trades kind of nigga.
Word. Oh yeah. So you got a show, right? You got a show coming up
Yes.
for his album release shit.
So the album comes out July 1st.
July, nigga.
July. January. Thank you.
Just change it right now.
Yeah.
It's like, nigga, what?
Yeah, that would be sad. Imagine if that was official. That would be so sad.
What's in that one?
Nah, January 1st. Sorry, 1/1. But I have a show coming up that I'm throwing. I'm putting everything together. We're having free food. We're having new merch. We got a new merch pack coming out. Christmas merch pack. So that's a new announcement I was telling you guys about. So the merch pack is gonna be there. It's gonna be YG hoodies, which is a first. Long sleeves in the gray and black, and then we're having red tees for Christmas. So if you want to get your late Christmas gift, maybe you missed it, you know, maybe you didn't get everything you wanted and shit like that, come on down to our show. So that's going to be on the 29th. It's going to be in Worcester, Mass. I have the flyer online. I'll give you the flyer. We'll put the flyer, like when you do the video or some shit. I don't know.
Word, nah, yeah.
I get the flame. I'm talking, doing an interview and shit, obviously. But nah, so I'm really excited about this shit because this is going to be the second one that I've thrown before. Because you remember YG Fest. I don't know if you...
I wasn't there, but...
Okay, yeah, but I don't know if you heard about this shit.
Nah, you know.
It was little, it wasn't that big.
Everything counts.
I was watching from a distance.
Nah, it was really dope. We had probably like 150 people, almost 200 people. Nah, like at the height of it or whatever, we had like a lot of people.
It was a lituation.
You know.
And Trav's over there in the corner. Trav been fucking with this nigga for a grip too. Yo, he be doing shows with them and shit.
Nah, that's 100, man. I'm glad that like I moved out to Worcester, unrelated, random. I moved out to Worcester for school and shit. I got a job out there and shit. So I met 2-3 different promoters and shit that really got me to a lot of local shows. Through those local shows, I met a lot of people, so many artists and shit like that, like mad people basically. So I got the opportunity to like invite 413 artists out there for a couple of these shows. I would invite Cruz, like I said, I got the record with him. I would invite Mac, fuck him.
He probably didn't go.
Nah, he pulled up. Sometimes. He came sometimes. He came sometimes, for sure. But nah, I was very fortunate to bring like a lot of 413 artists out there into a different setting with different fans. Travis was one of the like ones that I fucked with, like on a personal level. Like his music's fire, don't get it twisted. But I was happy for that. I was happy to do that for the city and shit. And I'm happy to be a part of this because y'all niggas is doing it for the city. I appreciate it, you know.
Word. That's what's up, because that was a good look for you, and you decided to reach out and help other people. That's the big brother shit we were just talking about.
Because it's so hard, man. I was just talking to someone, I forget who I was talking to, and it was just the fact that we have the least developed music scene in the state. I've noticed this.
Yeah, I was gonna say Worcester out there. It's way different than it is out here.
It's still rocky. It's still BS. It's still politics. But it's something near to be working towards, I guess. But out here, there's no Like when you're bowling, my nigga, and you put up the fucking
the guardrails.
you know what I'm saying? Like no. Out here, you bowl that shit, it's going gutter ball, it's going gutter ball. There's no, you know what I'm saying? There's nothing in place for you to really succeed. So for me, I really want to be, if not the guy, I want to be the guy or one of the guys that helps and gives back, man. Like, if I'm not going to be the best rapper to ever come out of this city, long down the line, I'm going to die, and there's going to be a young nigga who's listening to this shit right now, or a nigga who's going to grow up and be the best Springfield rapper, or I'm sorry, the best rapper to ever come out of Springfield. Like, that's fine. But let me be the guy to open the door. You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
Let me be one of the dudes.
Blueprint.
You know what I'm saying? Like, the building stays built for a long time, long after the guy who built it dies. You know what I'm saying? So let me be the dude
To help build the base.
you know. So let me do that, bro. So that's why I was hyped when I could get Travis on, when I could get Mac on, when I could get certain artists out here and shit. I was hyped. I was like, my small little contribution. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah, man,
That
I
shit goes
appreciated
far.
that too, man. That was a good look, man. That was a good look for me, and my buzz, and put my fan that took me to another level. It allowed me to create a fan base that I didn't have, and so I appreciate that.
no, that's facts, and that's the important part, bro. And this is what I always tell all these Springfield rappers. But this is what I always try to like give niggas basically is the fact that like we've been at each other's necks for years.
Right.
For years and years we've been at, I'm the best. Me. Ha ha ha. Fuck, don't listen to no dude over here. It's me. I'm the greatest one. And what has that really gotten us? Like I said, being the least developed part of the state. Like, ain't no success out here like it is in Boston. Ain't no success out here like it is in fucking Worcester. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Well, you stay in Worcester. All those shows were in Worcester.
yeah. I mean, I don't do all the shows in Worcester.
Well,
That's open. That's not. It's opened up doors in Rhode Island. It's opened up doors in CT. It's opened up doors in New Hampshire. It's opened up doors everywhere, bro.
Shit, you just told us before we started you was down in Texas or some shit.
Yeah, it was South by Southwest weekend. I was out there. Fucking, the city was flooded. If you go downtown Austin, bro, it looks like 2-3 miles of like, oh, excuse me, oh, excuse me, oh, shit, oh, excuse me. And it's fucking just nothing but bars and like, it's fire, bro. It's that. Go to Texas. Be careful. I'm
Never
killing
been.
nobody, but
I've been to Texas, been to Houston.
yeah. Houston sounds fire. I have friends in
I used to
Houston.
get more for your money out there too.
Yeah. It's mad big, much bigger. Everything is much bigger. Even though the roads are even wider. Like, it's crazy.
The regular street look like a highway.
Yo, so, like, not even trying to snitch on nobody. This is not no dry snitching. So we got off the plane. I was scared. I was scared to get on the plane with any sort of, like, paraphernalia or drug-related anything, right? So I was like, all right, now when we get to Texas, we just gonna grab something. We just gonna hook up with the local guy. So we go to the local guy, right? And he's not where he said he was finna be because we took longer to get there. It was like a couple minutes later than we said we was finna be. Because we got lost. Like, we don't know where the hell we're at. What the fuck? So we're making rights when we're supposed to go left since you get lost.
Right.
Like, whatever. So he's not there when we pull up. He's like, oh no, I'm down the street. I'm up the road or whatever the fuck he says. Some sort of phrase like that. I'm up the street, I'm down the street, whatever the situation might be. And niggas like a 25-minute drive away from where we were. Set up the road, and it was like a 20-minute drive, 25-minute drive. So when you go to Texas, be careful, don't get lost. You're gonna get fucked up. Like,
This nigga said up the road. Damn it, nah, no bullshit. That probably is like right around the corner to them niggas.
and then right around the corner from here, there's a store. Like,
Yeah,
you know what
for
I'm saying?
real.
Like,
Nigga, literally right around the corner.
30-second walk, I'm
right around
there.
the corner is like 2 blocks, nigga.
Yeah.
Yo, who is this motherfucker Blueface?
Oh man.
Who is this motherfucker? Who is
another
this
another
nigga?
deep sigh.
Who is this nigga?
So I did some research, right? And apparently, his backstory, he was a college football player. He played at some D2 school or some shit like that, low D1 AA or some shit like that. He played as a freshman, got a little bit of burn.
I asked this question, I didn't think I was gonna get an answer.
Nah, I got you, ready? And then he dropped out of school, right? So he dropped out of the school for whatever the situation might be. He starts rapping, this is all like the past, like, I don't know, like 3 years or some shit like that. I don't know the whole time frame from the information. I just remember the little vivid information I got. So basically, like, he starts rapping because that's what I was telling y'all niggas before. This shit's so profitable that niggas could just fuck football, fuck trying to get concussions and all this other shit. Let me just pick up a mic. And now here we are with Courage the Cowardly Dog rapping. Like, here we go. Like,
I never heard any of his music. I just seen memes and shit of him. So I'm like, who is this nigga?
You're good. You're really not missing much, bro. Like you could go the rest of your life without hearing him. And you won't miss nothing.
I'm like, why does he sound?
At least thus far. At least thus far. Like if he proves himself, if he improves, because he raps man off beat, and that's what I think is getting him love is because it's so different, and we love different. We all love different shit. That's not the norm. Hip hop been around for 40 years or some shit like that.
That shit make no sense though. Like, I need you to ride that shit. I need you to ride a beat. Like,
I couldn't even imitate it because my brain is so trained to do it on beat that like it would sound stupid if I tried to imitate how off beat he is. Like basically, you know how when you're singing a song but you don't know the words really too well, and then you hear the word and then you know the word, so you sing it a little bit after.
Shocker used to do that shit.
Yeah, but it sounds like he's trying to rap like he's from the Bay. I don't know where he's from, but it sounds like he's trying to do the Oakland flow or whatever. But it's just mad off beat, nigga. It's so off beat. It's frustrating.
Do you get how about that shit? Do you get mad at you're trying to really craft your shit, take your time, and there's somebody who just I'm gonna stop playing football, what he's obviously was good at, to just start rapping and not even the way it looks, not take it serious.
Yeah. So it goes two ways, right? So everything's about your perception and shit. So I look at it one way, and I also look at it from a different way. I look at it more so that I get pissed off about niggas who don't put the time in, put the 10,000 hours in and shit like that. That shit makes me tight. But I have to remind myself, and every so often, every time I get reminded by a Blueface video or I see this nigga being labeled as the next big thing, I have to remember that like I can't block nobody's blessings. You know what I'm saying? I should never see somebody be like, you don't deserve what you getting and what you've gotten. Who am I to sit there and tell you that? You know what I mean? Hip hop, we were talking about that shit. Being in a different place, if niggas like it, if there's a fan base to curate and make, then by all means, like, do what you gotta do. I don't really fuck with it. Like, and I don't fuck with niggas who don't do the
understand that shit.
What, the Blueface shit? Just the fact that he's
Nah, like I said, I haven't heard a single track, so like I don't. That's why I asked, like, who the fuck is this dude? But I just DJ this Sweet 16.
I never
like,
heard.
Yo, I played 6ix9ine, and it was just like I never seen a reaction like I was just like, holy shit.
You know what that is?
Like, and he was locked up, so they probably just super.
Remember when Gucci was?
But the most lit shit was when I played XXX. When I played him, they fucking went.
Because that's like, all right. So like, you have artists. Everyone in this room has artists who had the music put out basically at the right time of your life. You know what I'm saying? For me, Drake's Nothing Was the Same album was the album I needed to get through whatever the fuck stretch of my life that I was going through. You have like certain like loyalty to artists like that, basically. You feel what I'm saying? So certain niggas grew up and Pac was the man. I grew up, Wayne was the man. These niggas is growing up, X was the man. Like the next big thing. You know what I'm saying? So like that 6ix9ine shit is just modernized Knuck If You Buck, nigga. It's just modernized Hard in the Paint, nigga. It's just hard like modernized songs like that, nigga. You know what I'm saying? Like shit. It just sounds different because it's a different nigga doing it. That's all.
I'm glad you said Hard in the Paint. This is a question I've been meaning to ask forever and I never get to because I always fucking forget. Because I fucking hate Walker's music.
Okay.
But I fuck with him.
Yeah.
Like, is there like, I'm sure there's plenty of artists that like I just fuck with as a person. Like, I just fuck with them, but I just don't like their music. Is there people out there you think with, or do you just like, if you don't like their music, do you not even pay attention to who the fuck
So,
they are?
so
you even said that.
it's hard to differentiate both. It's hard to not look at the character of the person when you're representing their music, because it's the same with like, not to talk about like controversial shit, but the NFL, like Kareem Hunt, like what he did was wrong, yes, whatever. You know what I'm saying? It was wrong. It was what it was. But like, how many people were dumb tight at that nigga?
All the females.
You know what I'm saying? So that like changes your
Like
perception.
half the niggas were because they were probably married to a bitch that was mad, and then everybody else is like,
Listen,
the shows were
totally-
crazy.
listen,
The
I'm
kick, everybody was
totally
bugging with the
against-
kick. I was like, the kick wasn't even.
I'm totally listen. You should never put yourself in a situation where you're hitting.
Nah,
a
he
woman.
was bugging.
You should
Yo,
never,
he was
never do
bugging.
that.
He
But
was
how
bugging.
many times have you been provoked by man or female and you react in anger? You know what I'm saying? So like, there's always a way to look at this shit. So, with that being said, what I was trying to say is that moment on camera changed how we perceive him as a man. So now if he ever suits up again, niggas is gonna look at him like, oh shit, I don't want to root for Kareem Hunt. Nigga.
That's half the league.
So that point that I'm making is the same in rap. You feel what I mean? That shit definitely affects like DMX was so revered and loved because he was so honest, my nigga. And he was the nigga he rapped about when he wasn't in the booth. But how many of these niggas, especially nowadays, how many more of these niggas is just rapping about a life that they heard about, that they saw, but didn't live? You feel what I mean?
Yeah, I get what you're saying, but I don't think Waka is like that. I would assume he's real in his music and doesn't try to portray, because he's a real ass dude. He's a real ass nigga. So it's different because
I feel
that's exactly who I've been meaning to talk about because of that. I don't like his music, but I fuck with him. He's a
See, but like it's hard to compare those two. And what I was trying to get to is basically like
a fake nigga, like
and you can tell.
Like, nah, I'm not with that.
Uh-huh.
I'm not with that.
See,
I won't listen to them.
See, and that's how I treat it too. But that's basically like where you come up. How do you judge character? Do you separate the two? Do you sit there and say, okay, well, off the field he's X, Y, and Z, but on the field I love this entertainment. I love this persona. I love X, Y, and Z. Some people don't care. That's why they have that affinity for 6ix9ine, because obviously now he's caught up in the case and they're saying no, oh that was fake. No, chill. Sorry. Like, you know what I'm saying? But there's people who put his whole cases and everything and all that shit to the side and love the music and love the persona and love the gangster attitude that it portrays.
So can you say that like 50 Cent or some shit?
I think 50's hard because 50 is who he says he was. He was in the streets. He was doing what he wanted to do, and now he's a rich motherfucker who just laughs at niggas. So, like, 50's the ultimate troll god. Like,
Also snitch.
yeah, I mean, I grew up not liking 50 Cent. I grew up like in a household where like you root against a team. I rooted against 50 Cent. I ain't fuck with 50 Cent like that, but he stayed and he became his own little legend and shit like that. So whatever. Shout out to 50.
Word. Nah, I feel the same because I mean we was all Dipset, but now looking back, I like 50's catalog better than theirs. I do.
50s or G Unit's better than Dipset?
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
two
G
different
Unit.
things. So G Unit as a whole better than Dipset.
Nah.
Nah,
They had more valuable
I
people
don't know.
separately.
I don't know. It's tough now.
They were two good
Separately.
groups, but
Separately.
as if you
G-Unit
want
was more
it,
talented
it's different
separately.
because like if you want like that real like rap shit, you definitely probably put up.
Nah, yeah, I think
Once Josh
you know
said it
what I'm
aloud, you started rethinking what you said.
Then
Nah,
you
yo, for
wanted-
real, because I was thinking about this shit the other day too, and I was just like, I don't know, I really, nah.
Because you gotta look at when you say music, what stands the test of time. Right now, there is no G Unit.
Yeah.
Dipset is still
Dipset,
relevant.
Dipset,
Even when they were broke up, they still were
These
relevant.
niggas look crazy right now.
Like
They do look bad. They
G-Unit,
do look
G-Unit
bad.
was a
look
bunch of
crazy
niggas
right
like.
now. So it don't matter
they
if
was
you
like
hear it or
rap.
not.
They was like
Them
rap.
niggas look
They do.
crazy
They
right
Who
now.
looks crazy?
All of them
Who?
niggas. All of them
You
niggas.
talking about Dipset?
Yes.
So you don't think Young Buck's situation that he's going through
Nah,
don't
it's
look
terrible.
crazy?
Nah, that's crazy too.
That alone just.
But that's one out the group. All these niggas.
50 telling him that he don't care if his kid get hit by a bus.
That shit is a wild.
You want me to keep going?
That shit
Because we're
is
talking about
wild.
the Jarrell shit is just the drug thing that by his mouth and him gaining weight. But other than that, you got Jim doing
Nah,
the
I
closing
I didn't even
line.
leave for this interview and start just ripping these niggas apart like this. I'm falling.
But even still,
jail.
but as I'm saying, him going in and out of jail and shit like that, he just got beat up down the street.
Like,
Jim Jones got his ass straight for a couple months ago.
yo, this nigga, he gotta see me and punch me in my face. That nigga big as fuck. Let me shut up.
Wasn't even him.
I got you.
Yeah, word. Yeah, John, knock that nigga the fuck out.
Get Jim Jones, man.
Yeah, nah,
Get
yeah.
Jim Jones, man.
But you gotta look at what Dipset's done for the culture. They made clothes, television.
I think more so.
Nah,
than-
they-
I
And it's
think
crazy
more
because
so-
I was just about to elaborate on that. I was just about to say, like, as far as Dipset and OG and the thing, I feel like Dipset, like, they brought that fly vibe. You know what I'm saying? Like, they made you feel fly. Like, Dipset brought that whole fly,
Word,
that whole
no
cute
bullshit.
shit. Like,
Yeah,
that-
they
that-
got that weird dress. That's
yeah,
ain't
right.
it.
That's what I'm saying.
Whereas-
Dipset the
whereas
fuck
the
out.
whole
Bullshit,
English shit
you guys
was
real
real
big
dark,
kid.
real
It was
gangster,
too
real
much.
real black, real hood, real
You know who we
dirty.
used to argue
real
with all the
grungy.
time, nigga? Cliff. Cliff
Yeah,
would stay.
you know he was.
Yeah,
you know, he
nigga.
thought he was 50 Cent.
For real. We used to stay arguing with this.
He
nigga.
thought he was Curtis Jackson.
Yeah, for real.
Dipset had
He had
A-Rap
you
music as their
sneakers.
in-house producer.
Before we even knew who he was.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like they had A-Rap music as their in-house producer.
Thank you for mentioning that.
Yeah.
Shout out to the producer.
Yeah.
Every producer in the world who produces a beat and then they don't get to show their
See what I
face and
mean?
shit.
There's
Shout out to
both-
them, man.
I still to this day don't think there's anybody who goes as hard as that dude on MPC.
Yeah.
So like if you have him
Shout out
in-house, like that's your guy. He's on your team. I mean, you got a leg up, man.
You know
I
what I
mean,
would
but
love
you
to
also
see?
had like Dr. Dre though. So
That's major.
Havoc and
Who's your top producers? Dre's up there. I think Scott Storch is up there.
This
too.
is
People don't
so
ever say
hard,
his name.
nigga. This is so hard.
I-
This
I
is
don't
harder
know
than
how
rappers.
they can't-
This is actually harder than rappers.
Because he's
People
got-
always
like,
forget.
I think
People always forget Scott Storch.
You got RZA,
Nigga, I didn't hear nobody say Just Blaze.
Premier.
Yeah,
Just Blaze is the man.
I like
I don't hear
Justice.
nobody say Timberland.
I like Justice League.
I ain't hear nobody say
A
Pharrell.
lot of people don't even say T-Pain.
Timberland.
Neo, he got people forget about T-Pain.
R. Kelly.
I think Pharrell got the illest.
You gotta cancel R. Kelly, bro.
The
You
Dream.
don't give R. Kelly
We gotta
either, right?
We're talking
See,
music.
see, I be
We
telling
gotta
people.
cancel R. Kelly,
Telling
We're
everybody.
people.
talking music.
I don't really
Telling
want
people.
to, but we
Yo,
gotta
what? See,
cancel
look,
it. We
speaking
have
of
to.
R.
We
Kelly,
gotta
because
do
R.
things we
Kelly
wanna
is the
do.
greatest of all time.
That's what
Why
we're
the
talking
fuck
about.
did Jacquees say that shit?
Yo, that was the stupidest shit.
No, it wasn't.
So
No, it wasn't.
And I know what you're about to say.
What am I about to say?
I already have a feeling what you're about to say.
Please let me know. What is it?
I mean, the only way that I can feel that, the only way I feel that it could work in his favor is the fact that
The attention.
It's the same thing that that Rick Ross said. In order to beat the best, you have to. In order to be the best, you got to beat the best. You know what I'm saying? So like, even with when Lil Wayne first started saying he was the best rapper alive. You know what I'm saying? Like, when they did an interview with him, and he was like, it's not that I think that I'm better than nobody, but when I look in the mirror, this is what I said. I'm the best rapper alive. You can't tell me nothing different.
He elaborated. He was like of this generation and shit like that.
Yeah.
And then I don't know why, because he said that, I don't understand why everybody else bugged the fuck out on him. Like, he literally said of this generation.
But they don't, because they didn't hear that part. The headline was Jacquees said
But
he's the king of R&B. That made you do what?
Watching video.
That's why
I said they watched the video.
Yeah.
I was
How
like,
old is
oh, what
Ja-
the
How
fuck?
old is Ja?
Jacquees is like 24.
I was saying he's like 26. I think.
Yeah, somewhere around there. But then you also have to look at Jacquees is doing basically what streams are. You gonna do mad streams? Damn, this nigga's hot. He got 10 billion. You ain't never heard his song, but it looks like you lit.
Yeah.
Jacquees is on everybody's song. The shit with the LMA girl. That whole thing sparked him up. Damn,
Shout out to LMA.
He did her whole song.
When I get money,
You know what I'm saying?
I'm going after LMA.
I mean, but that still, even still,
Like,
that don't give him the right to say that. That might give him the right to feel like I could look in the mirror
Nah,
and
you
say
can-
I'm
you
the
should be
best.
entitled to say
But I
whatever
still
the
don't
fuck
feel
you want.
like that shit. Like I don't think he should have went there. And I feel like that for him to say that kind of like, if I was Chris Brown, I would be looking like
why? Like
Why? You wouldn't. You're Chris Brown.
Like I don't know.
I don't feel like Chris
It would,
Brown is
even
of
even
this
if it
generation.
didn't piss me off, it would have
I feel
definitely
like
it would
he's
definitely
like-
made me
he's
arch
a
my
step
eyebrow.
above
I'd
that.
definitely be like,
So like,
Okay, so who's in Jacquees? So that the better
And that's
question
why
is
he
who's
said-
in his who's in
I was just about
Jacquees'
to ask,
personal?
who can he sit there and say he's better than?
he said king too. They said you got a
I
king.
just, he said of his generation. So he's
But-
a new generation. Who's
but-
in his generation?
Yeah, I can't name it.
I didn't hear
There
that
are
part.
some guys
I
out
heard
there, Daniel
the
Caesar,
best
I believe, or
R&B.
whatever.
That's what I heard. I mean,
He
he
said
said-
his generation.
I didn't hear him say his generation. I heard him say
He's the only other person that's
That's
but
all
he's like, what do you think about him?
He's fun.
How do you think about Russ? What do you think about him? As a lyricist.
I love Russ, but
Me
I wish
too.
Russ would be a little less opinionated. I like that he's
Yeah,
building.
he's a
his-
crybaby like a
I
motherfucker.
like that he builds his shit up as like I'll take anyone on. I do it all myself, and I don't give a fuck. And you have to listen to everything I say, but I wish you would be just a little less like, cause you hear a nigga talk crazy, it's just like, oh, there go that nigga over there talking crazy again. Like
I watch him on Everyday Struggle.
You know what I'm
And
saying?
I didn't even
Like-
watch Everyday Struggle like that. And that was one of the fucking episodes I watched. And I was just like, oh, goddamn guy, just stop.
Just be
Just
happy.
stop.
You should be-
Right, yeah,
you should be happy.
stop.
Like, and I don't want to tell somebody how they should feel, but like you did it all on your own.
already you're there.
You did it all on your own, and you're
Dope
there. You
as
did
fuck.
everything you
Music
want to
is
do, and you
great.
have a bright future. So why are you gonna alienate niggas? For what? To tell everyone, I told you so. Like, why? Go reap all the benefits. We all gotta cash out. We all gotta cash out eventually. You have to figure out when's right for you. Whatever the shit is, fine. But I don't know. I love Russ, but I just wish that nigga would just, he would just chill out for a second. B. Just chill out, tiny bit.
That was a good question you posed. Would you go on Love and Hip Hop to fucking
Would I
promote your shit?
No, I would not.
Word.
I would not.
Good.
Yeah, no.
I wouldn't want you to.
No, I'm not that kind of person. It's just like,
Even if I know, because obviously I know each other and shit like that, but even if you had that out there type of like personality that they try to grab, I still wouldn't want you to fucking go on that.
nah, and it's not that I don't have that
Still-
personality. I just don't think that that's profitable. That's not a good look for me. That's just not a good
You
look,
could go
bro.
the Keisha Cole route. Every time there was a situation, you always know she would walk out the room, and it was really about her album.
Yeah.
Omarion was the same thing. He showed you about him being a parent.
Omarion was
And
on Love and
he
Hip
came,
Hop.
yeah, he came out with his
I
album.
know.
See, and he stayed away from the drama.
You
Any
watching
issue
that shit?
was any issue was about him and his
I be
girl.
watching that shit too.
For real?
I just don't
Yeah.
want. Nah.
Even this episode with New York, Joe said the only reason why he signed with Sin was because there was no drama. There's been no fights at all during this whole episode. If you look at all the other ones, by now we're on like episode 4. There's been no fights.
It's like
just arguments. Everybody wants to
you
win.
can tell
But
before
like
the
that's
bullshit.
basically
Yeah.
why I wouldn't do that, because that sort of entertainment's not really for me. I'm not really.
I hate
I
that
don't
shit.
appreciate how. I don't say
Fake it is.
It's just so
It's-
scripted.
it
It's so
is.
scripted. And it's inauthentic.
Don't
It's
tell me
not.
these people wouldn't fight a day in their lives. Like, yo, put them there. Y'all put them there.
You didn't see the
Yeah.
episode
I
before
don't
when it
watch-
first started?
I
No,
don't-
you're right.
I don't watch
them.
Yeah, there was a
Bro.
behind the scenes
At
thing
all.
when they put them there.
And I'm not
and
trying
it's
to
for
knock
them
and
to
say
talk.
that it's not like it's bad entertainment. It's just not for me.
you.
You know what I'm saying?
I think it's
reality.
bad entertainment.
It's
See, it's an
Say
oxymoron.
reality
Nah, it's
TV.
an
I think it's
oxymoron
bad
in itself,
entertainment.
bro. Because it's sitting there saying it's reality TV, but everything 90% of that shit is scripted.
Right?
So-
They
so-
put you
so
here
you're lying
and
to
you
me
get
off
shot
rip.
Basically, yeah.
Fucked
Well,
up.
That's what it is.
When you
Yeah,
put it
it's
like
a lie.
that,
Yeah.
and you see a girl with a fat ass, it's scripted too because it's not real.
Nah, that's facts.
Well, like
That's-
But it's
Jones
entertaining,
when
right?
They tried to get
That's
him on
true.
that tattoo
That's
show.
what the
They
point
like,
is.
were coaching him up. They wanted him to act a certain way, and he wasn't good at acting that way, so they didn't make the show.
Same thing on the barber shows when they do this. They're not really cutting. The shit's on. The nigga's rubbing the back of your head. Right? But
Yeah.
the conversation is going on.
Yeah.
Once you get past that, nigga ain't cutting his hair.
Yeah.
Well, now what he talking about? It's
I
entertainment.
done seen
to
that
make
a
it
couple
go.
of times in the Love and Hip Hop series.
I knew 6ix9ine from trolling, not from music first. And then I heard his music.
Oh, yeah.
See, yo,
But it worked out
and it's
for him.
crazy,
Everybody
bro.
can't
It's
do
crazy. Like, there's so many more outlets, bro. There's so many more ways to get popping nowadays, nigga. So many. Like back in the days, realistically, even in the 90s and shit, you had to sit on the corner, or you had to go to parties, you had to do X, Y, and Z, hand your shit out. Nowadays, nigga, I can click, post, and what's popping, everybody? I'm out here. Like, it's so easy. There's so many more ways, my nigga. So it's fucked up because while there's so many more ways and so many more doors to enter, there's also 5 times more mouths trying to get through the motherfucking doors. So like while it's gotten easier and shit like that, it's like change. It's weird hard. Like pause. Like I don't know how to describe it, but
You
basically
feel forced to change your music, like to get it.
I'm
Not even your music.
my persona and my image.
It's your image.
Yeah.
I literally,
Yeah.
this is a question I wrote down, and I'm glad you even wrote that. I said that. Do you feel like you need one? Like you need crazy hair or like that troll
Something
or
to draw
fucking
attention to you.
Yeah.
something stupid. Do some outlandish
Do
shit,
I-
tattoos on your
Do
face.
I feel like I need that?
Not you personally,
Okay.
but in today's.
Landscape.
Cause I know you ain't gonna do none of
Nah,
that
it's
shit.
this ain't how to this. It helps. It surely helps.
That's why I said love and hip hop.
It
It's
surely-
an outlet.
it
A
surely
bad look
helps.
sometimes is a good
Nah,
look.
you know what? Now that you say that, I was just sitting here talking about all the outlets and shit. Love and hip hop is a perfect outlet. Like
We didn't know Cardi B before that.
Nah, it's facts. Yeah, and then she got played on in America. She got played on the screen in America.
Now she won't go back on it because she don't need it anymore.
Yeah. It definitely could be a launching pad, but it's just not my launching pad. Not what I want.
I don't know Cardi B from looking at that.
What you know, Cardi B?
You knew her, knew her.
No, from just being a funny chick on the internet, and then her music.
So how y'all feel about I'm living my best life? I ain't going
He's
back.
that with me.
I'm about to say that song. That song is like our version of
He don't give a
Electric Slide. It's something that will always be able to play because it's a feel good for everybody type of
That's
music.
everybody old folks. Like every time I play that shit wherever the fuck I'm at. Old folk love that song. Like that's they turn up shit.
You wanna know
Like,
why?
I understand.
Because it's so much more simple. Right, back in the day, before there was a bunch of innovation in music and shit, and it was only the selected people that like the labels and shit and all these companies, they would say, all right, Smokey Robinson or whoever, or Aretha Franklin, whoever, they would pick who they wanted, and then they would make them do those records and shit like that. So now it's artists are way more free nowadays, way more liberated and shit like that. So you get those simple songs when it was less mouths to feed. Now you have people like X, you have people like Lil Peep, you have people like all of these other sub.
Why you even dead guys?
Because those were the guys. They were Trippie Redd. Yeah, Trippie Redd's fine.
I haven't heard one of his songs.
I have.
You play 2K?
No.
And that's big. An outlet. You're on 2K.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
crazy.
Yeah. Shout out to Joyner. He was in Madden last year. It's just
That
crazy.
nigga just got 2 Grammy nominations.
Shout out to Joyner.
She's Cardi B on
She
fucking
got
Bandit.
5. She
Yeah.
got 5 nominations.
They fucking left. This guy Cole didn't get none or some shit like that. I think I saw him. He didn't get none.
I was gonna. There was an article I was finna read that had like the snubs and shit, and it was a picture of him. I was like, what?
Nigga didn't get none either.
He ain't getting none.
Still.
That's. Remember we was talking about perception. If your view of success, ultimately your Super Bowl of
KOD
being
was
a
fired
musician.
up.
It was, but was it better than 2014? 47 draft? No, it wasn't. It wasn't.
Oh. No.
That's
Oh, okay. So.
No, it's not. So like while I enjoyed it a lot, it's probably just not viewed in that like the bigger projects that came out this year. He was fire. His shit was fire.
I thought Rick Ross's Rather You Than Me was hard, but it got slept on.
But he's not big enough. That's what I was trying to talk to you guys about. If your perception of the Super Bowl of your music shit is the Grammys, and you don't make Grammy worthy music, I guess, or Grammy like fitting music and shit like that, then you're not gonna get love. Why did Joyner get Grammy nominations? One, Eminem. Let's be real.
I was
Let's be
literally about to say.
Let's be 100% honest. It's the song with Eminem. Eminem let us come back. They love look how many Grammys he has. He's well known in the Grammy situation, so you know, of course he's gonna get lumped into that. And then what he should be very proud of, and I think that he is more so proud of, is the I'm Not Racist shit. And that was like everyone's afraid, nigga. Nowadays everyone's afraid to talk about that kind of shit because the minute you say something that sounds mad uncomfortable, it's like, let's fight. Instead of let's figure out why the fuck you're saying that. Why you feel that way. Like, damn, you came up this way, that way, dude, that's kind of fucked up. Or, you know what I'm saying? Like, talk about this shit rather than just let's go straight to beefing. Oh, he called me an N-word, or he did this and the third. I called him on anything. You know what I'm saying? So, I think that's why, we just don't talk about that shit. We don't talk about those kind of problems. And I think that's why it got looked at. But shit like that is what gets looked at. Remember when Macklemore won that shit? Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, stuff like that happens pretty much all the time, no?
I forgot all about that shit.
Nah,
I don't
I
be paying
get-
attention. I don't be paying attention.
It was a big
And now I feel like I got to because of this shit. Like we're the media now, like a motherfucker.
Yeah.
Like, so it's like, alright, I will now. Like,
Yeah.
but shit.
See, I love rap, bro, and I love hip hop so much that, like,
And I was watching them shows too, but like they don't pay. I pay the Grammys. Like I watch and shit like that.
yeah.
But like,
Do you watch it for
BET
the
Awards
performances,
and shit
or
like-
do you
yes,
watch?
for the performances. I want to see people perform. Like, I'm big on it. I used to dance, so it's like I like stage. I like to see people actually be on stage in their presence. Because it's different from just hearing a song on the radio.
Right.
I want to see how that person actually.
Nah, that's facts.
How they react with the crowd. How they are with the
And you
people.
can see who's a goofy motherfucker up there. You know what I'm saying? Like, a nigga who ain't, like, what you doing here? How'd you get here? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, and that's a part of artistry that we don't talk about at all. It's never in the conversation. We talk about the greats. We talk about the Chris Browns or whoever. We talk about the kings of this and all that other shit. We never, ever considered how good are they on stage? What kind of show do
I
they
do. That's huge.
You do, but like,
I get
when do we discuss that? When is that discussed
Yo,
on the
oh my
XXLs?
God,
When is
dude.
that discussed on? You know what I'm saying?
You know
Like,
who was like one of the biggest? Okay, first of all, like one of the best performers that I've seen personally, like is Neo. Like Neo sounds live how he sounds on radio. Like
He used to be behind the scenes.
he
Yeah,
sounds,
That's what's up.
he sounds amazing.
I got to see Childish in Boston recently, and it was everything I was expecting it to be. Live music, him fucking shirtless the entire time doing his little T'Challa dance and shit. Like,
He's dope as fuck. He's very talented.
He's gonna be one of those. He's gonna like.
Chance. There's a few people that like that you can already see like these are the guys that are gonna be here for the next 10, 15, 20 years. Like you could see it. You could already see it. There's just a select few, and then everything else is gonna get washed.
So let me ask you this, right? Since we mentioned Chance and him, because this is kind of like my theory. So when we talk about like the greats, we always, for some reason, and this is how it is with everything, we always say that history repeats itself. Like we had Jordan, then we had Kobe. Like we had Magic, then we get LeBron. Like, you know what I mean? Like every so often, you know what I mean? 100. So like, you know what I'm saying? So like in music, we always do that shit. Like, oh, the next Big, the next Jay, the next Nas, the next so and so. Do you think that like Childish can eventually make a new like slot? Like if we were like filling in the holes, like is there another slot to be added? And if so, does it stop with just that sort of thing?
You say Chance?
Chance or like Childish?
Childish has a better chance.
Okay.
because of the different things that he does and how great those projects are.
But okay, so musically yes, but does the
I'm talking to everything.
Okay, because I was gonna ask, does the outside shit count too? Does the activism that Chance does the independent?
That's why I said he's gonna watch. It's tough between the two of them. It's like I said, those are the two I named. Those are the two I think that are going to be here for the next for many different reasons. So I don't know. It's I don't know.
Okay.
It's tough between. Like I said, it's tough between those two.
Yeah.
But I think he does. I think Travis should have a better chance because.
So how you feel about Travis Scott? What does he do? There's never been a nigga like Travis Scott, but I'll tell you who Travis Scott is. Travis Scott is. Remember 808 and Heartbreaks coming in?
Is it Travis Bacon?
Nah, not Travis Bacon. Shout out my brother Travis Bacon, but no. But Travis Scott sounds like 808 Heartbreaks Kanye, and just instead of doing the shit that Kanye ended up doing, just stay on that wave and evolve from there. And then he ends up.
He got the game in his hands right now.
He,
But that's that shit where I'm at with him. Now let's see what you do with it.
Mm.
So it's like I don't think he's there yet.
Okay. I was just having a conversation with somebody online about this, and they were like, you can add Travis into like the Cole Kendrick
No, not
class, and I told him not. I was like, while I don't agree that he
Not yet.
can't get there, it's just he's got his hotness. He's at his hottest right now. So what are you gonna do with this? Exactly like you said. What are you about to do?
So it's kind of the Future effect. Right now, Future isn't a guy at this moment. The last project he had was kind of underwhelming.
I never liked Future.
Yeah.
This is a bad.
Well, I'm saying he
nah,
had that
I
tremendous
don't
run,
like Future
though.
either. I don't want to say I hate Future. I
I
don't
like
like
Future.
Nah, and I acknowledge that he had a run.
36 nights is
Nah, I acknowledge that he was on fire.
I need to know what the fuck you're saying, and I don't need to be like super kind. Like I need to know what the fuck you're saying, man. Point blank. Period. I don't want to be that focused. If I gotta be that focused
Like-
on listening to what the
You know who's
fuck
like
what
that?
words
You can't hear
are
nothing
like,
you're saying?
then I'm wasting my time.
I
If
fuck
I
with Future.
that,
I can hear
if
it.
I have to look up the lyrics,
You must
But
talk
maybe-
about
Yeah,
designers
but
and
if you're
shit.
gonna do
crazy?
that,
Like-
designer is that who they compare him to? So it's like nigga, it's like
Nah, but
it's
his
like a bad
voice,
example, like,
his voice is like exactly like this nigga.
Really?
His
I
voice
don't
is
know
an
what the
instrument.
fuck this nigga be saying.
Yeah, but
no, Kendrick's voice is an instrument. Kendrick does different shit with his voice. And I know exactly what the fuck that nigga's saying.
Hi, sounds hi.
So it's like-
hi.
I don't know what the fuck this nigga Future be saying.
That's what this nigga Kendrick does.
I fuck with Future. I can hear him.
I don't.
I do.
I
See,
don't. I
sometimes
got
that
a lot of
turns
his
me
music
on.
and I play it.
Fuck
And
with
his
Future,
shit
yeah.
rock.
It's
His
a
shit
mood
rock.
thing. It's a mood.
But that's
I
that
hear him.
shit.
I mean,
His production rocks. So it's like I'm not a fan of his music. I'm not a fan of his
What's
music.
more important to you, beat or actual concepts?
Depends what you're looking for. Like you said, I'm a DJ. So
Yeah.
I play his music because that shit bump. That shit sounds crazy loud as fuck. And people enjoy it.
Yeah.
So it's like I have to get that shit. I have to look for that type of shit. But
You're saying for your own time.
See,
on my own time, I'm listening to Kendrick. I'm listening to
See,
Cole.
yeah, so that's
I'm
what, so,
listening
so
to-
you,
I'm
the
listening to
fact
those
that you
guys.
have
Those are
that
my two
perspective,
favorites.
the fact that you have that perspective as a DJ is lit because I can't listen to music the same no more. Whenever I hear like music, I'm basically trying to see how well did this musician match this sound. No matter what the fuck it, like I really connect with shit, and the music I like has message. Whether it's I walk down the street and shout a nigga, like just tell me something, just tell me.
Nah, I get what you're saying.
You know what I'm saying? Like, give me a narrative. Like, give me something to, like, follow, I guess, or whatever. But,
I feel like that's important. Go ahead, say it.
Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
That's that shit with the Ross verse on
Free.
What's
That's
Free.
Mm-hmm.
Like
I don't think I heard this verse. Where's this off?
I'm beat.
I mean,
Oh, I still haven't heard the whole week shit yet.
so we can't have these conversations.
Nah, I mean, let me hear it, though. Because I see, it sounds like you guys are arguing your points. So let me,
We've talked about it 3 weeks in a row already.
We're talking about politics.
Mhm.
Ross was talking about himself, and me and him was going back and forth, and I was trying to explain to him. The song is called "What's Free." When you hear the word "free," that means that whatever on your mind at that particular time, you speak on.
That's not how I. That's okay. Go ahead. Finish.
That's the way I interpret it as an
I
artist
can
who makes
chime in
music
on this.
because
No, I
of
heard
what
it.
he said. He said, 10 years being in the game, I'm still no one's favorite. When you actually think about that and think about his catalog, he's opening himself up to that. And then he brought up an example of 6ix9ine. You want to do all this trolling, now you in jail, can't afford a lawyer, all that stuff. Now what? So I did it the right way. He did it this way, and now look where we at.
And you're saying that. So you're basically saying that.
My shit was both Hove and Meek were talking about black shit, getting out of jail shit, black reform, like niggas being
But
niggas.
that's what they're
Yeah,
going
but-
through.
but the
But
problem-
he ain't going
the
through that. He ain't been in
problem is-
jail right now.
We gotta talk about this first though. The number one issue is that this nigga was the CEO. So if you're talking about being credible and saying something that means something to the record, I can't as Ross say, yeah, going to jail is fucked up, la 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 la, when in actuality I was a part of that oppression that
I
these
didn't think
two
about
verses
that.
are
So
rapping
I
about.
can't speak
So
on
fir-
that.
so first before anything we have to talk about that. Where's his mindset when he hears these verses?
Nah, afterwards we figured it out. Well, Meek was on the Breakfast Club and he pretty much said, Ross laid his shit first.
It was his song. I told you.
Nah, it wasn't his song. Meek said that specifically. He said it was always his. Cause Envy asked, he was like, it was rumors that it was Ross's song. And he was like, nah, it was his 100%. And fucking what's the name?
So I feel like I could see why Ross did what he did. I could understand it.
But he laid it, so it was like, he probably didn't, afterwards, he was probably like, damn type shit.
Maybe he went off at What's Beef because that's what sampled. So maybe that's, you know, through the little 6ix9ine jab in there and all that. But it went a different direction by the time they laid the verse.
Yeah, I feel that
especially
way.
if it went
That's
first.
how I feel.
Because a lot of
I didn't
them,
think
they've been
about
saying now too, they don't go in the studio like how we together now.
Yeah,
They just singing the track.
Yeah.
So it's
Mac
different when you're actually
collabs,
in there.
yeah, I have like that.
So,
What I think
That's
about
the
this
shit
whole,
that happened with the whole T.I. and fucking Ludacris shit.
and he had to change his verse,
They
yeah.
ended up changing the
L.
shit.
Cool J and
That just happened with Nicki and Cardi. Like,
Yep.
so what I think about this whole Kevin Hart shit.
Wow, no.
alright, I can explain this too. So,
Oh, I got you.
this
Stepping
nigga was
down
supposed
for
to
the
host something. What was he hosting?
So it's the Oscars.
Which is a dope look. It's a lot of publicity for you. It's a probably a very nice check. You know what I mean? It's an honorable position. I feel that, but he felt like they kept digging up his prior tweets that he claims. I didn't do the research to see if he actually did apologize, but they're saying that he felt like I already spoke on this. I'm not gonna basically kiss ass to keep this job. It's not worth it that much to keep bringing up the past and fuck with my integrity and my ability to express myself. He was basically saying that he fucking already talked about it. He was not the same guy that he was then. He knows more. He's wider, broad, whatever the situation might be as far as his wisdom and acknowledgement of gay shit, gay stuff, homophobia and shit. So, like, he feels like he's not a homophobe, and he didn't want to kiss
I
ass.
don't even know what he was saying. I want to see this.
Nah, he said something about, like, I guess he said something about, like,
He did say something. I heard it was something about gay people.
like if his son grew up gay or something,
He
he'd
said
be
he wouldn't
sad.
know what to, he wouldn't know what to do with himself. And it was based off his stand-up. Like how his son goes with the white kids and how he flips his hair, but he don't got no hair. So he's like, his son ever came to him.
But there was
he don't know how he
tweets
would
though.
react
But there
to
was
it.
tweets though that he used like homo and he used the F word. I'm not gonna get you up. That's the
What, faggot?
There you go. There you go. Break the ice.
Well, there was another guy from the Ravens this week that they
Yeah.
benched because they dug up a bunch of his old tweets and he said faggot like fucking crazy.
It's crazy.
Because like they had a
Yo,
list of them.
I bring this up
It's like-
to say this. What we do here, look, what we say last week, just void that shit. When we do the prior week before that, you just void that shit. Just let it be. Let's let whatever we say out here just happen. Just let it happen.
let it slide to next week.
Yeah, because it's just gonna continue, man. We out here, we having a good fucking time, yo. Yeah, come on, what the fuck you expect? What do you expect? Yo, you know what I've been thinking about lately too?
Dogs barking in the
I've been thinking fucking like eventually, dude, I do really think this shit's gonna pop. I really think fucking feminists is gonna try to like come after us because we have a bra in our logo. Just because we have a fucking bra in our logo.
Nah, there's surely gonna be
I think they're gonna.
one person
I think they're gonna
in
say
the
some
world
shit.
that's offended by this.
There's no dicks.
But if we do, like I say in music, if we
You
address
listen
it
to
now,
the
then
bitch.
they
Well,
can't shame us for
No,
it.
here, we're gonna get ahead of the curve right now. So the person who thinks that,
Yeah, facts.
go fuck yourself.
Yeah.
It
This
means
nigga-
nothing. Holy shit!
Oh shit.
David Ruffin is in the building.
I was gonna
This
try
nigga-
that.
Holy shit!
This nigga David Blaine, nigga, the fuck, nigga, disappeared.
If y'all are wondering what's going on.
David Blaine, this
Yeah.
motherfucker, Rip Van Winkle.
The ghost.
Back just entered the
The
building.
real Styles people.
We started at
ghost.
9:30. It
What's
is
good, bro?
currently
That me up. That me up.
11:45.
Come here, Dad. Yeah, come here.
Now what time is it?
What up?
1:13.
Yeah, man. I'm kind of
We got so
disappointed
much
in
more to
you,
go
but it's
to.
alright. You know, I
This
feel
is gonna
like,
be probably our longest one of which I thought about this beforehand, like.
oh shit, it's because I talk too much.
Not even. I'm not even halfway down this page. We got. What we talking about Kevin Hart?
Yeah. So basically, wrap the story up though. He wasn't trying to apologize again. You feel what I'm saying? He wasn't trying to apologize for some shit that he felt like he moved on from, and that he already acknowledged and already said that like, I'm sorry, I fucked up. Like, why keep bringing up the past? Like when you're with your girl and she remembers the exact moment that you like this bitch's post on Instagram, and it's like, well, damn. I'm not gonna sit here and keep arguing with you about the damn post. I liked it. I did what I needed to do. Why you still mad?
Yeah, I don't even like bitches' pages.
Yeah, 'cause
like,
you got-
guys that I don't know. Like, y'all know that bitch page. I don't know. Like, yo, here, look.
Well, nah,
like,
your
look.
shorty is Latino.
Yeah.
So, you know, so that makes sense, nigga. Keep
But
your
that's that
finger-
shit though.
keep your
Like, we've been
finger off
together.
the-
We've
off
been
the
together
shit.
a grip. Yo, I got caught up. Like, we've been through a bunch of shit.
Right,
Like,
like
some dumb
anybody.
shit. Like, I mean, it's like whatever.
You just describing life, nigga. That's
Yeah.
all. You just describing life.
Yeah.
Shit happens. Shit definitely happens. But
That's the new thing now anyway, bringing up old tweets. Even though boy Murray, who won the
it's
Heisman,
not no funny
that
shit.
same night they brought up an old tweet from 2013.
This is what I was trying to sneak in there, pepper in there and shit. So I was thinking about this shit, and it was like I read a meme, and it was basically explaining that we're gonna like write ourselves. It was Nick Cannon. It was Nick Cannon going and fucking auditing Sarah Silverman, Amy Schumer, some other chick. And they were all using fag, and they were all using like homo and all this other shit like that. And Nick Cannon was like, damn, like, oh, I loved Wreck-It Ralph. Now we gotta cancel you. Now you know what I'm saying? Like all this same shit, trying to make a point. Somebody responded to Nick Cannon and was like, yo, you better watch what you say. When your shit comes up, they're gonna be doing the same shit to you. And he was like, nah, like I don't run from nothing. I'm not like basically living my life like on this Twitter shit. But it brought up a really good point that I thought about, and it was like, damn, we're basically like writing down all this shit. We're basically putting it in stone, right? So when you put it in stone, like you can go back and edit it, but everything you say now is documented damn near. This podcast, every word could be transcribed. You know what I'm saying? If you really thought about it. So
Oh, I thought about it.
nah, so you see what, so no, you see what I'm
Y'all
saying?
new
though?
words that come out of my fucking.
So it's
I thought about it, I just don't care.
so especially with the sensation that we have towards this shit now, you add that plus we didn't give a fuck in 2010 how we was calling certain things, and in 2008 we didn't care about how we was talking about this certain group
I just
or
want
that
this shit to
certain
succeed. So it's like what are we supposed to do? What are we supposed to do? I don't give a fuck. You see this shit. You see this shit. You see the questions I ask.
I
You see
think
the
that's what
stories
makes
I
this
tell.
shit. I think that's what makes this stick out though, is because
So
y'all
it's
don't
like-
care.
I think somebody else gonna say this, so why not? Why can't it be us?
Yeah.
If it's really what we're about, then it's a word in there that says real
It's,
reality.
right, and that's the tough part about it too. Like, because everybody knows we all fuck up, not fuck up, but fuck around and shit like that. Like, but we're also on the positive shit. On the positive shit, we try to be positive. So it's like it's kind of hard to push the positivity.
But it's life.
When we
The
fucking
world is just such a different place now. Like, there's so many things that you couldn't do now that you could do back then. Like, you know what I mean? Like Pooh getting taken off The Simpsons because he's racist.
let's talk
that
about
shit
it.
is
But
crazy,
then-
son.
All right, so like here's a perfect example of it. Ace Ventura, the second one. You could not make that movie today. You could not round up a bunch of famous black actors and be like, all right, we're going to make you this fake tribe in Africa. We're going to give you a fake language. We're going to have you dancing around, worshiping a fucking bat. Like, you could not make that movie today. You couldn't fucking do it. But everybody watched that movie when it came out. Everybody had a good laugh. But you couldn't do it
Same
today.
thing with cartoons. If you rewatch them back in the day, it was
Oh, they were racist as fuck.
but you didn't pay attention as a kid. You're just watching the movie.
Yeah, cartoons started in the
I was
50s.
watching Home Alone
Fuck.
3. I was watching
yeah,
Home Alone
yeah.
3 with the kids, and the officer, he called the cops, and he came by. He's like, it's a federal offense. She's like, oh, I just went to the job I just left him here by himself. Okay, but just remind him that it's important. You skip over the fact that he was left home alone. He's 8. You do that now, DCF's getting called.
Yeah.
So
Society pays attention, right? So back in the day, the attitude was, what's in your house stays in your house. Oh, you hear some wild shit, mind your business. It's not my business, whatever that. You know what I'm saying? Like nowadays, and you can blame the internet, you can blame social media, the fact that I'm over here today. Oh, I'm over here doing this today. Oh, I ate this today. Like we're basically giving our inside of our lives, basically, whereas in older generations literally were like, nah, bro, get the fuck out of here. What are you talking about? Free speech, free whatever, like that. So it's like we're almost like submitting involuntarily, you know what I'm saying, to the status quo, which is, oh, I gotta know everything that's going on with you guys. Yeah, you guys are great hosts and shit like that, so I'm gonna follow you. Well, what you eat today, Mike? oh, you know, like how much did you smoke today or whatever, like.
That can help in some aspects because you get to know the person.
Yeah, it helps,
Then try to
but it also helps influence the fact that people feel like I'm supposed to.
do it.
You know what I'm saying? Now I'm supposed to speak up if I see X, Y, and Z or whatever. Like it's the invasion of privacy. Shout out.
I think that's another reason why people fuck with like the shit I do on Facebook too, because I'm so out there. Like people know about my family and shit like that. Like I walked into my wrestling room and I hadn't seen these guys in years. They're like, I walked in with Casey and everybody's like calling him by name and shit like that. Like they're like, oh, I know him. Like asking me about the pool and shit in my house and stuff like that. Like asking about the dogs. Like
Should you never tell them about?
Yeah, so it's like oh, where they feel like they know you more.
Yeah.
So I think that,
So that's a gift and a curse.
It is.
That's a gift and a
But
curse.
you know, you put out there what you want to, and I know what I'm doing. I know what I'm putting out there.
Right.
So it's like, shit. I don't put out. Trust me, I don't put out everything.
Right.
No way in hell. No way in hell. You only see fucked up shit. And my thoughts on sports are just whatever.
We didn't talk about sports.
Yeah, man, because your Eagles are trash.
Damn, that's your team. Oh no.
That got slayed though.
I thought you.
That was a fumble.
My man almost had it.
That was a fumble.
Mario scored.
That was a fumble.
I guess it
That was a
equals.
fumble uncovered.
So I guess it equals out because as much as I'm an Eagle fan, so Eagles is my favorite team. I also root just as hard against the Pats.
Okay.
So like it was like juxtaposition. It was like it hurt still because we need to get into the playoffs and now we're probably not gonna get into the playoffs.
Just like Lane Johnson, focus too much on us and not on yourself.
Yeah, that's facts. Are you also
Patriots fan? Yes, absolutely.
Biggest mistake, playing safety.
Oh yeah,
That was
that was fuck. As soon as they said that, it's like why?
Hot
Why
takes, guys,
if you were gonna put somebody tall back there to play the jump ball, why wouldn't you put Gordon?
Man, we're not. I don't want to talk about this.
Nah, honestly, that the fact
Also,
that if we're talking about football strategy,
I
we
don't
should
wanna
just
talk
get
about
away from the fact that you're putting a big player out there. Stop.
He can't. He's hurt and he can't run. Why would you even do it? Because there was no way that guy was gonna throw it.
He's
to the end.
literally RoboCop right now. Gronk is. He's like,
But also, you know, nobody
Catch
talks
the
about the
ball.
fact that Jonathan Jones just missed that tackle.
yeah.
Jonathan Jones had him and just fucked it all up.
Look how sad he's getting over there. He's so sad.
That was the most ridiculous way. That was like
It just
after the kick
Alright.
after the kick six and the Iron Bowl, like
Oh yeah.
like that was like I can't believe this shit just happened. I was in the living room by my. That's one of those things where you remember, you'll never forget wherever the fuck you was at. I'm just literally in my living room by myself. I stopped it and rewinded. Babe, come look at how we fucking lost.
Oh
I
man.
knew it was
Come
gonna
on,
happen
this
as soon
fucking
as they tried settling for the field goal on the last one.
No,
'cause,
I
yeah.
didn't. I thought the game was over.
I thought it was
So let me ask y'all this question.
I thought the game. You did not think that they were gonna fucking
Absolutely,
score a
you can ask
touchdown.
anybody that I watched the game with. I called it right before they fucking put out the field goal.
So it was your
Crowded
fault.
on that.
You
side
jinxed it.
for them to score like that.
There was no way. Like that shit is impossible.
It's still very.
How?
It's still very.
How?
Nah, I
What's
got
up?
the same thing, so at least we're feeling it together. I got you. We got the same
How?
thing. So let me ask you a
Hey,
question.
we're still making the playoffs, man.
That's
Right,
not. That's
yeah,
not.
I'm
That's
out of the
besides,
way.
we just lost home field.
So, nigga, at least
Still
you
number two
playing.
right now.
At least you playing. At least you playing.
Number two right now.
But that's that shit. Y'all, I knew y'all been fluky. I knew you got the Eagles. The
Hey, man,
Eagles
chill out. Don't talk about my guy.
you guys are fluky. Y'all,
So let
you
me-
guys who? Let's name another fluky fucking Super Bowl winner.
Who?
The Broncos.
What?
They had good defense.
They were supposed to. Minnesota was supposed to be there.
No, they're not a good Super Bowl winner. If we're talking about Super Bowl winners,
Is the NFL rigged? I got a question for y'all. Is the NFL rigged?
shit. After that game, hey, it was like, yo. And the reason why I think that ref had to have been getting paid is because his face, the way he threw the flag, like all super slow motion, he was like acting all angry. Like, yo, this nigga is not real right now. He is pretending like a motherfucker. That's that home field advantage. You can't get mad.
Yeah.
That shit was blatant like a motherfucker.
I don't
That shit
think,
was
I don't think the
not.
NFL, I don't think the NFL is rigged, but I think that
It's impossible. I think it's impossible
Yeah,
to
it's
rig a
impossible
football
to rig a
game.
football game.
Nah,
It's
bro.
impossible to rig a football game.
see
You don't play
A
football.
4th and 1, you throw a flag.
No, that's not. But that a 4th and 1 and a flag. That's not rigging a game.
Bad passing. All right, let's be honest. When the
Yeah,
Patriots,
you
who I was
cannot.
who I was going for, when they were undefeated, they had my favorite player, the GOAT, Randy Moss. When they played Baltimore and they got 3 pass interference calls in the end zone.
Yo, but refs are bullshit. Yes, they can bullshit, but you can't rig gameplay. You cannot rig me running. You can't rig what Derrick Henry just did. You can't rig a 99. You cannot.
So I feel what y'all saying.
I think
But I don't feel like that's gonna determine the game.
It's
I
not-
feel like it
it's
can
not.
hinder the game. It can be a pain in the ass, but I don't feel like that's gonna turn
You
it.
can't trust me. Not in a football game. No,
It's hard to
impossible.
get. It's hard to
It's
get 11
impossible to
versus
rig a football
11
game.
and say okay.
Unless you're a quarterback getting paid by somebody losing, and then
Right, to go lose, but to determine the winner type of shit, I feel like it's hard. Now I feel like the NFL is not rigged, but it's running out of excuses. It's running out of like leeway. It's looking more and more guilty each fucking bullshit call.
Yeah,
each
I
fucked
see.
up like.
Well, not with I thought you meant like losing steam because the NBA is at like all time like ahead of steam. It's gonna be America's game soon.
Yeah.
That's
See,
what
we
I'm
haven't
sure
talked about the fact that media itself is exploding. There's more people to pay attention, right? So there's more, and everyone has a TV in their house. Everyone has damn near has internet connection or some shit like that. So there's always something to watch. If you don't like NBA shit, you can watch the Big Three, Ice Cube's League and shit. There's always something. You know what I'm saying? Like if you don't like this, then you can watch that. Like the shit. You know what I'm saying? The media.
Motherfuckers should be like, fuck cable. I got YouTube.
I got Hulu and
I got
Netflix.
YouTube.
Come sign me, girl. What's up?
Not me. I need my shit. I got specific channels.
The only thing I miss is ESPN. But even then, they can get ESPN.com or Go or whatever they should do. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
All right, let's switch it back up. You call your projects albums.
Yep.
Not why is that? Because I see other people starting to do that as well.
Shout out to the thing I inspired. I feel like I took myself more seriously, and I feel like now people are taking themselves more seriously. If that makes any sense.
So there's your base that you asked.
You know what I mean? Like I feel like so with my projects, bro. Like for sure, I definitely put way more work into the mixtape. Way more fucking work than the mixtape. I'm sitting there like slaving over this shit, damn man.
Ideas, as an artist, we make music. The ideas are different, but the mixtape is cool. With an album, you second guess, third guess, fourth guess. And even when you make the song, like how you saying just clear it out, you be like, nah, this wasn't it.
Bro, there's so many songs. There's so many songs locked away. If I die, God forbid, if I'm knock on wood, if I die from some crazy young shit or whatever like that, bro, I have so much unreleased music, bro, that like I could live a long life after because of all the shit that I shelved, the shit that I didn't put out because I didn't think was good enough, because I didn't feel in that moment that I didn't match the aura of whatever I was going towards and shit like that. I just put out a song on SoundCloud like 3-4 months ago that I was supposed to put on Horns and Halos that I never did because it didn't fit. But then I went back a year later and I listened to it and I was like, oh, this shit is fire. What the fuck was
But
I
at the
thinking?
moment, it didn't hit what
It
you
just
were
didn't
trying to
match.
do.
Facts. It didn't match
There's
what I
nothing
was.
wrong with that.
Yeah. So I call my shit albums because I take this shit very seriously. Like, I put like a lot of work in curation. And I put a lot of work into like developing a sound that's like consistent and shit like that. So, and I feel that I notice a lot of people are starting to take that serious approach to their shit rather than just say, okay, whatever. Here's 4 songs. Here's a song. Whatever. I mean, that's just me though.
Nah, I feel you. I feel the same way, like I said, with creating music. I be passive.
Yeah, I see, but just reflex at this point.
Anybody ever been stood up?
Yeah.
That shit is heartbreaking.
What we talking about?
Stood up.
Right.
You ever been stood up?
Like when someone.
Not that you can recall. That shit is brutal, nigga. That shit is like, that shit like a stab in our heart, like a motherfucker.
So I'm usually late all the time, so I can't really talk shit. I'll show up. At least I'll show up, but you know.
I cook a whole dinner for a chick.
Oh damn.
All of that is supposed to come out.
I'm one of those people, man. I'm one of those people who just tell me if we're not chilling. Just let me know. You know. So I'm not.
That shit's insane, nigga.
Like, you can't come, I won't be mad. That's fine, we could link again. But now I waited my whole goddamn day, and now I can't do shit else the rest of the day now because everything else is closed or whatever, and I'm waiting for you. And
That shit is fucked up.
You know, if female sees you, she gonna be like, now you see how we feel.
Y'all, well, maybe I asked him this before too. I had the opposite happen where I was knocked the fuck out.
yeah,
And
I've done the standing up before as well. So
no,
I
that's
was
that
just
shit.
like,
Nah, I've never done that.
I'm
I've never
definitely
done
guilty
that.
on the other side of it.
That's
Shout
just
out to all the-
I was
listen,
talking about Daisy
listen.
when we first started messing around. Like I was knocked the fuck out, and she fucking came to my house and banging on my door.
oh, the
I
mean
didn't-
day.
yeah,
The day with the
I
meme,
didn't-
where
I
the
didn't.
chick's standing on the roof and
I
she's
didn't.
knocking on the window.
Dumb late, and I didn't wake the fuck up. I was dumb mad.
It all worked out.
I was dumb
Yeah.
mad.
Nah, I was about to say, shout out to all the women I ever made wait for me. I do apologize for being so late or not showing.
Song coming your way.
You know, I got you. Shout out on that album coming and shit.
What do you feel about you write for anybody?
Yes, but I've never given them to the people. You know what I'm saying? If that makes any sense.
I mean, you visualize.
Like, I can put myself in a lot of different shoes and I feel where people are coming from. Because I can put myself like in their position, I guess. I don't know. Like, so I just never like purposely said, all right, we about to do a record. Here's the song. Like I never did that. I never did that before.
What do you think about people writing for that?
It's hard. It's hard because like we were talking about those people who don't put the work in and just started rapping last year and shit like that. It's kind of like that same feeling. Well, I would not do it. I don't want to do it. I don't want no one to write my shit. I want everything to be authentic for me and stuff like that. But like, how can I knock you if you're not talented with this shit? If your archetype is songwriter's not on there, like you're not a really great musician to me specifically, but that's just not shit. Fuck you. How do your fans perceive you? How's your music like perceived and shit like that? So like the ghostwriting shit with Drake. He's a fire MC. Doesn't need a ghostwriter, but he had one. So like, how if the best rapper in the world, quote unquote, is using one, what's stopping? What's stopping? And you can look at it like that too. Like me and you sit there in a room. I'm writing a song, and you say, "Yo, you should switch this line and that line." And now you getting writing credits on this shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
That's different than a whole reference track.
I will never do a fucking reference
That's
track.
different.
The
I
only
say
time,
Kanye do that. Right now, how we collaborate, he'll give me credit because it's an idea. But the whole reference, the whole 2 minutes, that's a lot.
nah, I
That's a
feel
lot.
that. I would not, like, the only time I could even picture myself even being in like a reference situation is like, oh, I got this hook. Like,
That's different.
and I can't come up with no verses. So here, Mike, here's a song. You fuck with it. And then you re-record the hook and write your own verses. Like that's the only way I can see myself in a situation like that. But like, I wouldn't purposely write for nobody. I wouldn't want nobody to purposely write for me.
What is your writing process?
It sucks. My writing process sucks.
Now that I'm listening to the music.
I really, really, really mean everything I say. So like, certain shit can come out, but that ain't me. So I'm not gonna feel comfortable spitting that shit. So some songs, I always make sure that I hear the beat, and then whatever the beat is saying to me. What is the beat saying to me? You feel what I'm saying? What am I supposed to say on this? Is this a sad song? Is this a up and coming song? Is this I don't know, any sort of like what's the theme? What am I aiming for? What is it trying to tell me? What's this shit trying to tell me? It's supposed to talk to me. The beat's talking to me. What is it supposed to tell me? So I figure out what I'm supposed to say basically, and then I just have to stick to this shit. Sometimes I'll knock the shit out in 10 minutes. Sometimes it takes me 3 weeks, a month, 2 months. But I'll open up my phone and I'll get one line, and then I'll get another line, and I get another line, just so it's fucking perfect. You know what I mean? Like I said, everything I want to say, no filler, none of that other bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Like shit like that. So I mean, my process is hard to call. It's real difficult to call.
So I take you forever. That's that shit when I was writing. Like sometimes it'll be on the spot. I'll be able to do some shit. You guys fucking do shit way more than I was doing. I feel like sometimes it'll be on the spot. Like I've like some dope shit, and then sometimes it'll be like, damn, took me a whole.
I gotta be inspired, bro.
to finish
Like,
the fucking
and life is
project.
mad inspiring. So sometimes I can see something happen in life, and I'm like, damn. And that'll trigger mad fucking thoughts I ain't never thought or haven't thought in a long time. And shit like that.
But see what you said about how you, in that minute that you got something hot, gotta bring it back. So I read it in the book. He said that he walks around with a tape recorder so he doesn't forget none of it. And then goes back to it later.
Now I didn't know that, but even still, I did the same shit kind of another tape where I used to just, if I would walk around and just think of a bar and I write it down, and then just fucking.
I used to do that.
And then just keep it in the pocket.
Yeah. I used to have like, so I never ever really wrote on paper. Never liked it. It was just like, my handwriting is terrible. I'm flipping pages. I can't feel the vibe basically. So I always wrote in my phone. And I used to have this one little little throwaway page of like punchline. And sometimes what I would do is I would take these lines, and whenever I get stuck in a song, I try to put those lines in there and be like, oh, okay, like cool, like I got to use that song. But I realized that I want to give every beat its own moment, its own shit, you know what I'm saying? Its own story, its own vibe, its own whatever the situation might be. So I stopped doing that basically. But I used to do that shit hard. I used to have mad over nigga. Mad. People thought I was a battle rapper nigga. Just mad one-liners nigga. Mad one-liners.
Word. Yo, can y'all niggas swim? I meant to ask this last week.
Yeah, I can swim. I almost
Trevor, like you can
Like
swim.
fish in the water.
I could swim.
Motherfucking Black Michael Phelps.
Shout out to Acorn Boys Club.
That's what's up. I almost drowned when I was 5.
Y'all lying.
I almost drowned when I was 5, so
Yo,
I had to
damn,
learn,
son.
nigga.
I
ASAP.
was
I had to
swimming
learn.
since I was 2.
That could have been very bad, but that was dope.
Nigga,
That's
got
probably
the
because
best
of fire
hands.
on the camera. Just out of nowhere.
Start a fire.
Nah, about to look fire on camera.
Oh.
Just out of nowhere, Stone Cold did. Tell me y'all remember when Stone
Yo,
Cold used to do
shout
beers.
motherfucker.
Stunning nigga.
One of the questions I just looked down, it was the first one I see. You know, be late as fuck. When the fuck y'all motherfuckers gonna do a project?
Oh, me and this guy?
Yeah, you and that guy.
ASAP
When he started showing up.
Yeah, it's not on me. See, usually, so like, I'm like, you ever see fucking Star Wars? And you remember Obi-Wan Kenobi? And then you remember how he had his like his little apprentice and shit? So of being Ghost, of being a nigga who's Ghost, he's the like Yoda of this shit. Like he's influenced like a generation of Jedi. So,
I really a young nigga that I don't want to put his name out there, but I really say a young nigga that grew up around some artists with me and shit. And the nigga told me he just started rapping. And the nigga was like, I watched everything that you and Duke did for the streets, and I just want to be like that.
Get the fuck out of here. That's dope as fuck.
Isn't that humbling as fuck?
Don't make no music that sound like this.
Yeah.
Niggas really left. You know what I'm saying? But said me and Duke was his inspiration. Like that shit was like real as fuck. 'Cause I ain't even seen this kid in years. Like years, nigga. And then
That's
nigga
dope.
He
ride.
missed the part of the conversation that we was talking about this, but like that kind of goes back to what I was saying about like just wanting to be influential in the area.
Yeah.
Like definitely, if I don't have to be the best, I don't have to be the richest, I don't have to be none of that shit, but I really don't. But at the end of the day, they be like, yo, I remember when that nigga Champ was coming up, he opened up mad doors for niggas. That's very important to me, nigga. Mad important. Meeting this nigga though, that was a question that you asked. Not meeting this nigga, but when we were gonna do a project and shit, when I met this nigga, I was amazed by his shit. I hadn't met Cash Nate yet, but I had already met this nigga through your little brother. Obviously, this nigga put me on everybody, and you come across mad niggas, bro, who got talent, who have shit that's ready to pop, but don't have the vision for it, or don't have the hustle for it, or don't have the willingness to sacrifice for it, or whatever. Something along the trail of getting to the successful shit. They didn't hit one of those markers, or they didn't pass by one of those shits, like they gave it up or whatever. So I don't want to be
I don't want to be this nigga Yoda forever and go some niggas, but for sure, if he's Yoda, I'm like, oh, we going with this shit. We'll do something soon, man. We'll definitely do something soon.
Word.
Yeah,
You don't know, yo. I'm forcing him. This is a force. This is step one. He got a couple fucking years left in there. Got a couple years.
I was gonna say, until what? What you gonna do to the nigga? You see, got a couple years.
Before it's too late. Before it's too late. Yeah.
Yo, that's the craziest shit about nowadays, bro. Is you can be whoever, as long as you connect, bro. It's all about connecting to something. If you can get a fan base, like it's hard. You're right. If your people, eventually they'll get to a point where you get too old and they'll stop caring. But you go do the high school scene, or you go do the college tour scene, or some shit like that. There's always someone that might give your shit a chance.
They tore off of one hot song now.
Yeah, and that's really what it comes down to. Is if I have one hot song,
Young man.
Now she got another one.
Yeah.
Two.
yeah. Shout out to
You just
Young
need a hot song to remix later.
I fuck with Young M.A. because her name is M.A. and that's Mass. So fuck it. I'll take it. Massachusetts. 413 shit. YAT shit.
Anybody got racist grandparents?
Yeah, yo, my
He said had.
yeah, nah, yo, my grandmom is
You know, you.
is white.
He
Yeah.
My grandma
Looks like you had them.
I wasn't ready for that one.
50, 60-year-old.
Listen, my grandma's white, and she's not racist, but she has said so. She has slipped some prejudiced things to me before, and I was like, "Damn, Gram," and I told her about herself, and then after she was like, "You know what, like, you right, like my fault, I fucked up," but like,
Grandparents just say how they
but like,
No,
but I feel like what you were asking, that's what I was gonna say. I feel like what you were asking is just like the all around, like,
Nah,
don't give a fuck.
Nah, they just don't know any better. Like one of my grandfathers calls black people a colored guy still. Like he's still like a colored guy. They'd be hilarious. I be dying. I'd be like, yo, you realize like I'm not just.
Let me ask you
Puerto
a
Rican
question.
too. Yeah, but even my Jamaican grandmother, it took a long time for her to understand why I'm with a Puerto Rican woman. It's like, grandma, like I'm also Puerto Rican, like, and I like Puerto Rican women, like it's what it is, like. So even if
she was like, "Why you not?"
It was always tough. So this is a question I've been meaning to ask y'all for a while too. Could y'all vary outside your race?
Yeah.
Think you could?
I have a perception of what I want.
Yeah, you could, but is your family and everybody accepting of that?
I really could.
That's the who's coming to the wedding shit.
Yeah, nah, it would be dope. So it would be dope if like everyone gets along and it's like all like hugs and kisses and everything. It would be dope, but at the end of the day, like you shouldn't you shouldn't make that. I feel like you shouldn't make that decision based off of like expectations from your family.
You just have to be super understanding
You
of
guys are mixed. Like,
your
how do you
culture.
guys interpret
So yeah, that's
that?
what I was finna ask though.
How do you
because-
guys answer that?
I was about to say, I have a
What?
question.
No, you have to you just have to understand everybody's cultures.
That's what I'm saying.
I see my parents fall apart because they didn't understand each other's cultures. They didn't understand. They didn't ask each other questions. They didn't ask how each other
They just
came
went
up
off
and
the-
their upbringing. So by the time they figured it out, it was fucking too late.
Yeah.
This person was treated like this because of this. This person was treated like that because of this. That's why they think like this as an adult. So they didn't get that. They didn't get that.
See, I was gonna attack it from something completely different. So like, my mom is white and Spanish. My dad, I never met him, but he's full black. And I have nappy ass hair. It's not here now, but like I have nappy ass hair. I have big lips, big nose, like a lot of black features, but got this super duper yellow Bart Simpson skin, nigga. So it's like I grew up feeling black. Grew up in a black situation and stuff like that. But you're super light skinned, so you're too dark for the white guys. And you're too light skinned, not black enough, basically, for the black people and shit like that. So, like, my perception growing up, and still kind of a little bit to this day, is that I would love to be with a black woman. So my kids can be black and don't have to worry about all the shit the uncertainty and shit like that. But I also don't want to sit there and say I'm only looking for one situation and God throws me whatever he's throwing me, and now I'm just sitting here dipping and dodging because my own stupid ass like perception of this identity. Like, nah, nigga, at the end of the day, we are who we are, and you should love who you love, you know what I'm saying? So I'll marry, if she's good for my soul, my nigga, I'll marry anybody, bro. For real, for real. Any woman.
Yo, I'm telling you, that shit was off the backboard, yo. Everybody was like, huh? Yo,
Nah.
yeah, you caught that dope quick.
Yeah, nah, I mean, a bunch of people probably watching this probably just got real disappointed that I'm not on the team, but, you know, whatever. I'm not with it, bro. I'm sorry. I
Disappointed.
marry any woman as long as she's good for my soul, bro. As long as she's good for me. So, yeah, she's fucking an alien. I mean, whatever.
Speaking of fucking alien, yeah, I fucking sent that shit to the group shit. There's this dude who fucking has kidnapped 79 people.
Whoa.
And it was making them believe they got abducted by aliens.
Whoa.
Like, he was a trucker and had like the inside of his shit, like I guess like a doctor's area or some shit. Yo, I was like, yo, what? And the dude looked
What
crazy.
news source was this?
Yeah, it was
I don't fucking know. I don't know. I hope it was fucking
Was
real.
this like Hustlers?
This was a
Nah, I
movie.
don't even know.
This
I
is a
didn't-
movie you watched.
Somebody should. I read it real quick. But that shit was dumb fucking funny.
I feel like if it was real,
shoving shit in people's asses and
more
shit.
of us.
Yeah, somebody was fucking with you, bro. Somebody was fucking with you.
I feel like if it was real, we would have all heard it by
We
now.
gotta fucking. I don't know where the fuck it was at. Somewhere not here.
Not here.
Nah. Y'all see this Jordan release shit?
Yeah, it's a little disappointing that we're still on this. Like, when I was in high school, I understood, like, oh, it makes sense.
I never understood it.
Like, I'm not a
I never
materialistic
got it,
guy. I don't have a shit ton of boxes at the crib. I'm more like conventionality. I'm more like comfort. I'm more like, if I like it, you know what I'm saying? I've never been a real materialistic guy, but like, where I was coming from is in high school, I could understand because everything's more like, oh, I gotta brag, I gotta do X, Y, and Z. You become a grown man and you're waiting in line and shit for sneakers, it's like, damn, what are you doing? You could be working, you could be.
I don't know, man. I never gave a fuck.
Nah, facts.
Like, I was always, even in school, like, mad people fucking know. I did mad shit to be in front of people.
Yeah.
But, like, in class, like, if I wasn't fucking around, I'd be, like, in a corner quiet, like, certain classes. Like, I'd just be, in my own fucking world, like. So I see a bunch of people doing one thing, I go to this fucking way. I can't.
Yeah. And that was the other thing, too. I'm kind of in a similar situation.
Talk that talk. Right.
Mr.
Jordan,
He over there looking like a Jordan basketball.
Right, he looks like a Jordan T. Right, we was waiting at Jordan out. He got real quiet. Johnson, I was in the line. He got that.
I was born when the ones came out. Shit, leather shit, the ones that was banned, so that's all I know. I got them boxes, the clothes.
He was just listening to shit.
I just don't
I
like
just knew that. Look at his face.
Even when I went to school, I had to have my shits on Wednesday. Everybody had their shits Friday, so I went Wednesday, Thursday, and I went
See,
again.
it's that shit right there. That's what you just said. I had my shit on Wednesday. Everybody else had their shit on Friday. Who gives a fuck about everybody else?
Right, that's why I
And
had
that's
to
what I
have
was
my
saying. When I was in high school,
I didn't give a fuck about them so much. I wanted to be better than them at first. But I didn't care about them.
when I was in high school, like, that was the wave. Like, how you were describing, like, you know what I'm
I don't
saying?
give a fuck.
Concerned with everyone else, basically. I grew up and was like, alright, bro, like, nah, let me go get some money. Let me go, you know.
I went to the gas station the other day to pump the gas. I had these OG6s, the real ones from 2000. This is suede. It's not leather and it's not pink. I told the dudes, yo, happy holidays. They said nothing. Next thing you know, he's like, yo, shit, got the 6s on the original. I'm like, bro, I just said happy holidays to you and you worry about my feet.
Yeah, that's sad.
I'm gonna get them because that's what I want to do. I just gotta have
Nah,
them
and I
first.
know
I'm
people-
not waiting in
And
line.
I know people who are collectors.
That's what I
Me
mean.
too. I want to have. And one of the actually, I'm gonna bring this up to him too. I want to have one of my dudes on here. He flips some shit crazy, like super hard. He actually got Isaiah to do his fucking banner. So shout out Isaiah again, which is dope as fuck. Isaiah did his banner for his. Now he has a business, even though he's been doing it since we were in school. We were in school. Gio, shout out Gio.
Oh, he do that.
So I want to get him on.
Every time I see him, he tell me that. You can get it with me. I'm like, I got no money for that shit.
So like, cause he been hustling since forever. Now he's just super official. He's
I'm
dope
just
as fuck.
not super trendy, bro.
I understand the flip.
Yeah.
I understand
For
the
sure, for
flip.
sure.
It's like, I just don't give a fuck.
Everything ain't for everybody.
I know, yeah, it's that same shit. That's a fact though. I just
I just like the way it looks. Like people like to have this shit. I like to keep mine in the box. I just like the way it looks. And I have something special so that mine lasts longer. Like these, I had these since 2018.
Yeah.
You never have
that's
finds
fucked.
again.
Yeah, that's fucked.
Because of the way that I just like to collect.
I'm kind of like that with video games. No funny shit. Like if I had the opportunity to like collect harder and be a little bit more involved in this shit, then I definitely will. But like a side hustle of my YouTube channel is devoted to like gaming, and I do like 2K videos, and I do fucking Madden videos, and I do like walkthrough, playthrough kind of shit like that. Just because that's the kind of shit that I'm interested into. So while it's not collecting a certain item, it's my little niche. You know what I'm saying? So it's not for everybody, but it's for me and shit. So I feel that. Definitely feel that.
But I'm paying my bills. I'm not one of them.
Yeah, nah, and then that's the
Hitting
problem.
the mics
too.
and everything's not paid, and I barely made it to the store to get them because I don't got no gas. Nah, I'm not on that.
Yeah, niggas is rocking those, but let me get $1.
Yeah.
Let me help me get on the bus. How much the bus cost now? Anybody know? No, it's not.
yeah, right. It's like
It's
$1,
$50.
$50.
I was like, 03. That shit, they look dumb.
Nah, it's $1.25.
This shit is $2.50 now, right?
Yeah,
I don't
yeah.
Yeah, nah, I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah,
How much
they
it
got
is.
all day pass.
Shit, I'm getting off just to get back on all day. Fuck
Yeah,
that.
that's supposed
Yo.
to use 150.
Oh shit.
$150
What's your name? I heard don't the casino got some shit where they pick you up at your house now?
Let's hear about that.
That sound like Uber.
The casino will pick you up at your house.
Bro, what they benefiting? I ain't never said.
They get you
never
at the
get you.
casino.
That's kinda
and
wild.
spend money at the
I already
casino.
had
Dropping them
shuttles.
off too?
We had shuttles, but I don't know where they.
I just seen that shit.
Nah, I saw a headline. I didn't read it,
Last
though.
week too.
They drop you off too?
I would assume so. Like, what they find.
Nah, that would be.
You know, it's like everybody. It's really on it.
You live right here? Oh, all right.
Yeah.
Yo, you're a resident?
They walk you in?
Yeah, nah, that's scary, nigga, if you think
You
about
miss your
it.
gamble days, like.
That's not scary. Not for that.
Nah, think about
For
it.
you as the winner.
Wait, what did you say? What did you say? Oh, I missed.
Also, winner
I was
shit.
listening. Matt said some shit.
This nigga high.
So on the way back, they dropping you off. You said it's not scary. You just hit a lick and you're getting dropped off at your crib. Oh, Mike, that's where you live at? We'll walk you to the door.
Let me help
What's
you
your car?
upstairs.
All right. You good?
No.
That's scary, bro. That's spooky shit.
No.
Damn, that is a good point.
Yes.
If you hit crazy, I
You
just
went from
First
one
of
driver
all-
but
to
that's
two
that
drivers.
shit though.
I'm not riding that shit back.
I'm getting picked up. I'm calling somebody.
Yeah,
I'm getting picked up.
You got a room for the
I'm
night.
getting
Somebody
picked
come
up.
get me, nigga. Somebody gotta come get me, nigga. I just feel late like that, bro. I just want big and shit.
Went from
Nah.
one driver to two drivers.
Yeah, hell nah. I'm getting a super special Uber. Uber Eats with it, all that.
Guy, we did this whole shit, and you never said the name of your project.
Oh,
That's crazy.
Nah,
son.
that is crazy. That is crazy. I kind of got real high and forgot, so that's my fault. But the name of the project is Who Else. The theme of the project is just that if you have a dream, if you have something that you want to work towards, if you have a goal, anything like that, and you don't put the work in to go do it, or to obtain it, or to achieve it, then what are you going to do? How are you going to get it? So if I don't do this shit, then who else is going to do it? That's the title. Who else?
Okay, what we just said. If we don't say it, who else?
You know what? The name of this shit gotta be Who Else. That's the little shit at the what number we on? 21?
21.
Yeah.
Prime time.
What's 9 plus 10?
Word.
That's what's up.
Alright, so tell everybody where they can find your shit at.
I'm on every platform. Apple Music, Tidal, Spotify. SoundCloud is where I drop everything first. I'm on YouTube. I'm on Facebook, Twitter, Insta, all the socials and everything like that. You can find me on all the socials. Champ the Great 24
It's Champ, THA, Great 24. And yeah, just Google me. Google Champ the Great and you'll find all my shit everywhere, basically.
Word. Fire music. Super lyrical.
Yeah, man.
You wanna hear that? You wanna hear that shit?
We
Listen to this guy.
the theme of this project is definitely trying to talk about that shit, man. And I definitely want to keep the lyrical content up, but I also, like I said, I feel free. So I want to make music that I feel like inclined to make for me. And hopefully everyone fucks with it. So hopefully all the fans fuck with it, you know what I'm saying?
Yo, how much are tickets to your show?
$10.
Word.
It's 12 at the door, but there's gonna be free food. So
What day is it gonna be on Saturday?
yeah, it's Saturday the 29th on Worcester.
What's on?
Starts at 9:30. Doors open at 9:30. The music will start at like 9:45, 10. We'll get out of there at like 12, the latest. I'm not trying to keep
I'm
everybody.
trying to go. I can't work at midnight, but I'm trying to go.
Yeah, I'm not trying to keep everybody, you know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to have everybody in there all night, but definitely want, like I said, free food, vendors there and shit like that. It's gonna be love, man. At the end of the day, like it's just support for the homies and shit. So it is what it is, man.
Word. Alright, man. Follow him everywhere. Listen to his fucking music.
Yeah, thank you for having me, man. I really fucking appreciate it. We talked about mad shit. So.
Hell yeah, this is our longest one.
That's what we're here for the people.
Nah, your brother said it was gonna be. I was gonna talk too much shit. So.
Nah, yo, it was definitely dope as fuck. Like, it didn't feel like 2 fucking hours. It was 2 hours.
Yeah. Good luck, man. Yo, make sure y'all cop the project when it drops on the 1st. Make sure y'all follow me on all the socials. Make sure y'all keep up what y'all doing. And making sure y'all listening to this podcast, because this podcast is fire. They definitely, I don't want to say we, but they definitely bring y'all some shit that y'all niggas is not getting in the area, not getting and stuff like that. So keep up the good work. And
This guy John want the beef so bad, yo.
I'm just saying.
Yeah.
You said it, man.
Yo.
but yeah, man, thank y'all for having me, bro.
Appreciate it, yo. Hell yeah, it's Inappropreality, man. Church. Man, we finally fucking shut the fuck up,
Yeah,
motherfucker.
shout out to Matt.
Matt, yeah, we out this bitch.